with our starting lineups for EMCC. Your specialist at place kicker, it's Josh Smith. He was 0 for 1 last week, but 6 of 7 on extra points. The 5'9" freshman from Tupelo High School weighs in at 165. He will also handle kickoff duties, and your punter is Johnny Moss out of Germantown High School, a 6', 150-pound freshman. Had 2 punts last week for 81 yards, averaging 40.5 yards per kick. Your punt returners, number 21, DJ Clayton out of Kemper County High School, 175-pounder, standing at 5'9". He is a sophomore. Also, Dontario Drummond will see some time at punt return. And your kick returners, Clayton and also Braden Boykin, the 5'7", 160-pound sophomore from Madison Central High School. Your long snappers, Brett Burton, 6'1", 195-pound freshman from Ocean Springs High School. And your holder is number 29, CJ Goler, a 5'9", 175-pound sophomore from Columbus High School. We're about 3 minutes and 45 seconds or so away from the opening kick of game number 2 of the 2018 season. That's a look at your starting lineups. And just a moment ago, did not know that the national anthem was being played, as you can't hear what's going on out on the field. If you notice back home, you can't hear crowd reaction. You can't hear a band. We have no natural sound. We can barely hear a band playing through these thick glass windows. It is a nice press box here in Poplarville, but the windows do not open, which has been good on occasion, though, Glenn, because it kept the rain from getting on us as we have off and on showers. And speaking of which, I mentioned the field's pretty soaked. You mentioned it just a moment ago. How is that going to play into the hands of either team tonight?
Well, it's a natural playing surface. EMCC's used to being at home on the turf, and a lot of JUCOs have gone to the turf, but not here at Pearl River. It is a grass surface, and you can see during pregame warm-ups some areas of the field. It's drained quite well for the most part. However, some areas are very tender and soft, as you can see some pretty big divots where some of the secondary drills were taking place, and that could be a factor. Footing could be a factor as things progress tonight. You're looking at, Pearl River is a team that's going to try to make a living on the ground and try to shorten the game as much as possible. They've got a big running back in Ron Thompson. They gave it to him last week for 17 times, and he carried it for 214 yards. So, I mean, that's a pretty heavy workload, for in this league. Usually you see those teams spread it out a little bit, but Pearl River is going to try to make it as short as possible, because when you're facing a team with as many weapons as East Mississippi has, you want to try to just get out of there as fast as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. They averaged 246 yards on the ground. That was, of course, from game 1. 404 total yards of offense last week for Pearl River. The Wildcats threw it $158, scored 30 points in that contest. Their defense, though, however, gave up 358 yards total, 205 on the ground, which EMCC now licking their chops, so to speak. But the turf may have something to do with that. It's especially in a favor for Pearl River defensively. 153 yards allowed through the air. They gave up 34 points. EMCC on the flip side, Glenn, looking at them offensively, they racked up 559 yards total offense, 154 on the ground, 405 through the air. They scored 50 points. Their defense, though, they were the bell cow, too. 79 yards allowed, 2 rushing yards allowed. 2 rushing yards allowed, let that sink in, and 77 passing yards allowed, and did not give up any points. And that's a look at some of the numbers.
Yeah, EMC's defensive numbers just really jumped off the page at me, Jason. 79 total yards. To hold a team in this league under 100 yards of total offense is just phenomenal. And that was a team that was ranked number 13 in the country. So, I mean, it's not like you were going against some team that's not very good. That was a team that was ranked number 13 in the country, and then to hold them at 2 yards rushing on the night, that's pretty impressive as well. So it's going to be an outstanding challenge. Pearl River a little bit different. They'll kind of mix it up. They did try to throw it 31 times last week, but only completed 14. So let's get ready and see how things are going to shake up right now.
EMCC won the toss and, of course, elected to receive. They're wearing ash gray jerseys, so the darker gray jerseys, red pants, and they've got the metallic red helmets with the silver metallic lion body logo on the side. It looks like the Detroit Lions, and the Pearl River Wildcats dressed in all black. They have gold numbers, and they've got the metallic Wildcat logo head on each side. It's a Wildcat head, and it's on either side of the matte black helmet. So we're set. EMCC is set deep to receive. DJ Clayton back to our far right. And then, of course, Boykin back there standing inside the 5. Kicking from left to right is going to be the Wildcats. William Lang will come out. He'll run up on the football at the 35. He kicks it with his right foot. It's high, end over end. Angles to the 10-yard line, taken by Boykin. Boykin goes back middle of the field to the 15, trying to go over on the right side across the 20, 25 as a wall of blockers. 30, 35. He's going to be pushed out of bounds somewhere in the neighborhood of the 39-yard line. So great return of roughly 30 yards for Braden Boykin.
Yeah, outstanding return right there to give the Lions the ball on the 40-yard line to start the for their opening drive. Jason, I must admit, though, he got a gain of about 30 yards, but he probably ran 50 as he had to go across the field and had an outstanding wall of blockers over there as he hit that far sideline.
Latravius McNair is going to knock him off his feet. Nose of the football's at the 40, so officially a 30-yard return by Boykin on the opening kickoff. Ball's going to be on the right hash. EMCC with trip receivers to the near side. Here's the snap to DeWeaver. Going to leave it with McIntosh. Goes straight up the gut, and he's going to get out around the 45-yard line. So a gain of 5 for the Notre Dame transfer, and EMCC will have second down and medium. May have gave him an extra yard up to the 46, and they did. And EMCC's ready to snap it as Corey Jackson will knock him off his feet. DeWeaver in the shotgun with trips to the near side, moving from right to left, ball on the right hash. He has the snap, going to roll to his right, tucks it, and gets pushed out of bounds somewhere in the neighborhood of the 46. So not much of a gain, if a gain at all. May have lost a yard back to the 45. As far official, looks like they're marking it out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So with 14:21 to go, clock stopped as he goes out of bounds. EMCC will find themselves in a 3rd down and 4 situation, a long 4. Is Josh Booker Brown will knock him off his feet. Same formation as last. Here's the snap. They leave it with McIntosh. Comes around near side. He's going to be hit hard, and he's going to be dropped around the 44-yard line. He's going to lose another yard, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and a long 5 now for EMCC with 1 minute gone in this contest.
Yeah, interesting. Right now, Buddy Stevens hasn't run the punting unit out yet, but I think now they're going to call them all together and punt this football away. But interesting to see how the secondary of Pearl River was playing. First 2 downs right there, they were in the face of those trips wide receivers, and then but didn't bail at the snap. So they're playing a man-to-man right there. So that's something we'll have to watch as the evening progresses.
Johnny Moss will step out onto the field. He'll stand inside his own 30, kicking from right to left, averaging 40.5 yards per kick. Only had 2 punts last week against Hines, and now we have a stoppage of play. There's a penalty flag, and the clock read zeros. So, yeah, it will be a delay on EMCC. It's hard to hear what's going on. We can't hear whistles, so we're going to have to be looking around to look for yellow hankies that may go out on the field if there's a pre-snap penalty. So it's going to bring up now a 4th down and 11 after the penalty yardage has been assessed. Spot of the football is going to be on the near hash at their own 39-yard line for EMCC. Moss calls for the football, steps into it at around the 27-yard line, and is going to hit at the 35 of Pearl River and roll dead somewhere in the neighborhood of the 19-yard line. So Pearl River will have it at their own 19, moving from left to right when they get their first offensive possession. So defensively, there's a win there for Pearl River. As we said last week, Pearl River gave up 205 yards rushing, but EMCC was not able to move the chains on their first possession running the football.
Yeah, that's a small moral victory right there for Pearl River. However, let's see what East Mississippi does after that 42-yard punt, no return for the East Mississippi Lions.
Cooper Callis is going to break huddle as the quarterback. He'll take the snap, and he's going to throw it over on the left side, and it's caught, and it's going to be Polk who's going to catch that football, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds short of the sticks by 2 yards. He's going to get out to about the 28-yard line, so nice reception there out of the backfield, from his slot receiver position is Polk, and he's going to give him a 2nd down and 2 after the gain of 8. E.J. Woods is going to knock him off his feet across the way over on the far sideline.
They went 4 wide receivers on one side right there, Jason, as they go back, empty backfield right here.
Callis calls his man in motion from far side to near. He'll stop at the slot position here on the near side. Looks to the near side, fires it left. It's caught at the 30-yard line, and staying on his feet out across the 40 on the near sideline up to the 42-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down for Pearl River. Making the tackle is going to be Fred Hervey. Not certain who made the reception. It's really hard to see these numbers, folks. They're wearing kind of a maroon. I said gold, but it's actually highlighted in gold, but they're maroon numbers.
Akins missed the initial tackle over there. Would have had him for just about a 2-yard gain, but ended up a lot more.
So from their own 42, they snap it, and they're going to leave it on the ground with Thompson. He is going to be rocked as he got to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to lose a half a yard back to the 41.5. Darrell Middleton from his defensive line spot is going to knock him off his feet. And that'll bring up now a 2nd down and long. A 2nd and a long 10. Now they move the down marker about a half yard back. Ball is going to be placed on the left hash. Callis takes the snap, looks near sideline, fires it near sideline. It's caught at the 45-yard line and hit quickly. Is going to be Hayden Price. The St. Joseph product is going to fall down around the 45-yard line, and E.J. Woods is going to just get him a little bit of a shove, and he's going to fall backwards.
Yeah, big 3rd down play coming up right here, Jason. 3rd down and 7 from the 45-yard line. Ball on the near hash.
The big play was, of course, Middleton with that half-yard tackle for loss just a moment ago on 1st down. Man in motion, that's Polk from far side to near. Free play as the EMCC comes in the neutral zone, and Callis is going to throw it away near sideline. We see the yellow hankies now, and that's going to give them 5 more yards. So what that will do is we'll make it a 3rd down and 3, and it'll be a very manageable 3 now for Pearl River.
Yeah, it will. They brought a man in motion and went with a hard count as the motion guy was coming behind the offensive line. So that was a bit of a decoy play right there offensively for Pearl River, and it worked to their favor as the defensive end on that far side jumped off sides. It is 3rd down and a manageable 2 or 3, ball at midfield.
Polk, slot receiver near side. That's Tyler Polk. He'll be next to Hayden Price, your wideout near side. And now the officials are going to talk about it as the nose of the football is going to be at midfield, so we'll say they're inside Lion territory with a 3rd down and long 3. They've got to get just inside the 48-yard line of EMCC for a 1st down. 10:53 to go on the clock here in the first quarter. There's no score from here in Poplarville, and now whatever the situation is has been explained to the coaching staff here on the near side. Ted Egger was the interim coach last year, took them to a 5-4 record. The interim tag was removed. He is now the head coach. In 2017, they went 5-4, and this is such a proud program here. I know that they're looking for someone just to get them back to the prominence that they once were, which was like EMCC with 19 state championships and a couple of national championships.
And last time they were successful, Buddy Stevens was here as offensive coordinator back in 2001. So how fitting is it for him to go for his 100th victory tonight against his old school?
So it's 3rd down, and we'll call it 2 from midfield. And, now it's going to be the right tackle who's going to jump off sides, and it's going to be a false start. And that's going to be Corbin Lewis, a 6'7", 290-pound Lawrence County native. And, boy, once you lean forward at 6'7" and you weigh that much, it's kind of hard to stop your forward progress.
Yeah, kind of hard to hide 6'7", 290. Jason, as he jumped just a little bit early, so we're back to where we were previously. It'll be 3rd down and 7 from the 45-yard line.
So from their own 45, it's just kind of been, it was a 3rd and long, and then EMCC jumps off sides, and then that moves it to a 3rd and 2. Then all of a sudden you've got a false start now here on the right offensive tackle.
They've put a little bit of time back on the clock at 11:08 left to go here in the first quarter. We're all knotted up at 0.
That must have been the issue they were discussing just a moment ago. Well, we cannot hear the white hat, so we beg your pardon. So we're going to be probably a little bit behind tonight on what's going on out there. Cannot hear a thing of what's going on outside. Trips left, 1 receiver near side on 3rd down and 7. Quick pass near side caught, and falling to his keister after getting a 1st down to the 45-yard line of EMCC is going to be Hayden Price once again. The 6'3" freshman hauls it in. He played his high school ball at St. Joseph.
Yeah, they just went 4 wide receivers and ran the sticks route, what we call, Jason, where you find the 1st down markers and get 1 yard beyond that and hitch it up, and that's what they did.
Ball's going to be placed on the near hash, snap from the 45. Going to leave it on the ground and going around the left side, getting inside the 40, inside the 35. Another 1st down and bowling his way down to the 30-yard line, and that is going to be the tailback. That's Ron Thompson, the sophomore from Bassfield, knocking him off his feet, Jaquez Akins. Well, I tell you what, I like the rhythm when you haven't had stoppage of play and penalties that Pearl River has given tonight here out on offense on their opening possession. They're inside the 30-yard line of EMCC. Here's the snap. Leave it with Thompson again. He's going to be hit and drugged down around the 29-yard line, so gain of 1 on the play. That'll bring up now 2nd down and 9. Pulling him down is LaShawn Paulino Bell, the Michigan State transfer.
They tried that inside zone read out of that shotgun formation with Thompson, and Bell just did an outstanding job of squeezing down.
Moving from left to right with twin receivers near side. A single receiver to the left is Pearl River. This is their opening possession, and they have strung 3 first downs here on this drive. 2nd down and 9 from the 29 of the Lions, ball left hash. They finally give it up to Thompson, does Callis, and Thompson comes around near side. He's going to get inside the 20 and pushed out of bounds around the 12-yard line. Had some blockers out here on the near side, and that's going to be another first down. And, boy, knocking on that south end zone door is Pearl River. With 9:46 to go in the first quarter, Everett Cunningham is going to make the tackle for the Lions.
E.J. Woods came up for East Mississippi from his linebacker position, and I was about to make the play in the backfield, but he was kind of tackled. A holding call that was just missed right there, unfortunately. But Pearl River capitalized. It'll be first down as the timeout is called.
We'll take it with him. EMCC is going to call the timeout with 9:37 to go here in the first quarter. Back in 30 seconds to Poplarville. This is the EMCC Radio Network. EMCC and Pearl River with no score, but Pearl River is knocking on the door. They're inside the red zone, down to the 18 of EMCC with a first down and 10 to go. Buddy Stevens and EMCC just called a timeout a moment ago. Last week giving up 0 points, but in the danger zone here of giving up some points here in the first quarter is this EMCC defense. Trips left. Here's the high snap to Callis. He pulls it down, pump fakes near side, now floats it on a fade pattern out of bounds. Here on the near side. Thought he had a man down there, and as soon as I looked around the wall here, I noticed that there was nobody there, and he was just getting rid of it. Looked like he kind of panicked there for a second, though. He had some time.
Yeah, he got a little bit of happy feet right there in the pocket, Jason, and for good reason. The linebackers had broke loose. E.J. Woods was fixing to come clean his plow, and good coverage by the secondary of East Mississippi right there as number 6, Kilo Swinney, was there in the coverage on that side.
Twins near side, twins to the left. Man in motion for the near side to far. Here's a high snap, pulled down by Callis. Is going to give it to Thompson to go straight up the middle. He's going to get inside the 13 down to about the 12-yard line. It's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 4 situation. It looks like the near side official is marking it at the 12. We're at one of those angles where it's hard to see the exact spot. We're not exactly as high as we normally are in scuba. They'll go with twins to the left. H-back behind the left tackle. Quarterback's going to be in the shotgun. Thompson's going to be flanked to his left. Looks back to the near sideline. There's 10 to snap it. Callis still looking to the near sideline. Now he's going to move his hands forward a little bit, shake them a little bit, clap, and take the snap. Now he's going to fade pattern it near side, and he's got a man who catches it, but he's out of bounds, and it's going to bring up now a 4th down and 5 situation from around the 12-yard line of EMCC. Got to get inside the 10, near the 8-yard line for the first down.
Swinney again with outstanding coverage, forcing the wide receiver out of bounds. That pass was intended for Hayden Price, a 6'3", 210-pounder out of St. Joseph High School. It's going to be 4th down, as Jason said, and about 4.5, 5 yards, we'll call it. Ball on the 14-yard line, or 13-yard line, rather, near hash.
They're going to go for it. Bryce, with just 2 receptions a week ago for 17 yards, has been really good on this drive. Here's the snap. Fade pattern again near side. Looking for Bryce. He caught it, and we've got a penalty flag, and it may be on EMCC. Caught it at the 1, went out of bounds there before he could reach the ball over the pylon. And yellow hanky goes flying, and it's either going to be offensive or defensive pass interference. Obviously, it's going to be pass interference.
Yeah, they'll have to converge on that. I think it's going to go against the defense. Jason, as the ball was caught on about the 2-yard line before he went out of bounds. And I think that's what we're going to have. So, obviously, Pearl River will decline that penalty and take the result of the play. Oh, they're calling defensive holding.
And it's going to be declined, as you mentioned, Glenn, regardless of what the penalty is. So it's a first down and goal to go situation from the 1-yard line of EMCC. Boy, this Lion defense in uncharted waters here in 2018. Callis in the shotgun. Takes Thompson from his right, switches him to his left. Here's the snap. They leave it with Thompson. He's going to be hit as he takes the handoff. He's dropped back at the 4-yard line. And it's going to bring up now a second down and goal to go from the 4, a loss of 3 on the play.
Darrell Middleton comes in there, 6'7", 290-pound freshman out of Knoxville, Tennessee.
Cunningham was in there as well.
Yeah. I didn't get the other number, but they met him back there in the backfield and just made a sandwich of him.
For Middleton, that's 2 tackles for loss here on this defensive series. 8:01, 7:59, clock now rolling up under 8 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Second down and goal to go from the EMCC 3-yard line, or 4-yard line, I beg your pardon. Callis in the shotgun, claps his hands, takes the snap, gives it to Thompson to go straight up the middle, and he's going to be drugged. Oh, he goes into the end zone, and that's enough for a touchdown. I thought they threw a beanbag like he may have fumbled it, but Pearl River's in the end zone, and that's the first points given up by EMCC defensively this season. It's 6-0 Wildcats, pending the PAT with 7:41 to go in the first quarter.
I think they did throw the beanbag as if there was a fumble. I'm not sure who recovered it, though. Apparently Pearl River did. I don't know. We don't have the luxury of replay tonight, but it was one of those things. But Pearl River got in there for the touchdown.
So a 4-yard touchdown run. We're going to credit Thompson, but the beanbag was thrown. I couldn't tell if it was fumbled or not from here. They're going to go for 2. Here's the snap to Callis. Play action. Is going to fire it towards the near side. Caught, and he gets into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is registered. And I believe that is going to be KJ Breland, who's going to make the 2-point conversion reception. So it's now 8-0. Pearl River on top of EMCC. They have 7-0 on the scoreboard. That should read 8-0 with 7:41 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be back with a kick to the Lions. EMCC trails for the first time in 2018. This is the EMCC Radio Network. 30 EMCC, and we're going to see DJ Clayton back deep to receive to our right. He'll be on the far side. Near side is Boykin with his toes on the 5-yard line. William Lang has teed up the football. He's making sure his kick team is ready. It's 8-0 with 7:41 to go here in the opening quarter. He comes up on it, kicks it from the 35. It's high end over end. It's going to angle near side, and picking it up at the 6-yard line is going to be Boykin. Boykin's going to slip and fall down at the 21-yard line. So Boykin, who would have probably gotten a couple more yards out of that, is going to slip down at the 21. So it's going to be a roughly 15-yard return for Boykin with 11:56 to go here in the opening quarter. Boy, Pearl River just took it down the field in their opening drive and kind of made it look easy.
Yeah, they did. And when you've got a running back like Ron Thompson, he's 5'8", but he's 195 pounds, and he's from Bassfield, so he's a young man that knows how to run the football, is a storied tradition from Bassfield. And looks like a side judge is coming in.
Yeah, there was 11 on the play clock, so I'm not certain what they're doing here. The side judge is going to talk to the head official in the EMCC backfield near Messiah DeWeaver and also Deion McIntosh.
That last drive for Pearl River was 14 plays, 81 yards, took 5 minutes, 14 seconds off the clock. And speaking of clock, looks like they're having clock issues. Is 74-10 is on the scoreboard.
They had 7-0, and then they tried to correct it, and we look up, and it was 24-0, then 33-0, and now they have it all corrected. But, hey, everybody makes mistakes, right? I've already made 100, and we're only, 4 minutes into this game. Seems like we've been playing for 30 minutes, though. Visit EMCC Athletics home on the web for live broadcasts, news, stats, schedules, and more. Visit www.emccathletics.com.
All right, they've got the clock fixed now. 7:36 showing first quarter. Lions trail 8-0 here at Pearl River.
So Messiah DeWeaver is going to stand in the shotgun. He'll have McIntosh flanked to his right. Trips to the right, moving from right to left, ball near hash. He leaves it with McIntosh. Goes up the middle. He's going to be hit after a couple of yards gain. Now he's going to fall forward up to about the 25-yard line, maybe close to the 26. It's going to be a gain of 4 on the play officially, so we'll call it 2nd down and 6. Making the tackle is going to be Janarius Johnson, a defensive lineman who is a freshman on this Wildcat football team. They're going to go with a 3-man front. DeWeaver's going to be in the shotgun, same formation as last. Takes the snap, surveys the field, fires it near sideline, and Drummond was covered up, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. He led him a little bit too far at around the 47-yard line, so the pass is going to fall incomplete at the 7:01 mark in the first quarter.
Playing some man free right there, Jason. The corner's locked up man on the single receiver side, but also had help. They have a cover 2 shell too high there. Did a good job, free safety coming over to help over the top.
Same formation as last, except for McIntosh's flank from the left to right of DeWeaver. He's back to pass. Great protection. Dances around, fires it on the crossing route. Caught by Reddick. Out across the 40 up to the 45, and he's going to fall down at the 47-yard line. That'll move the chains, and EMCC's offense now looks like it has some life.
Yeah, Jason, great job of play calling right there, recognizing the coverage. Stayed the same as the previous play, but when you do that, those free safeties split like that, you can throw the underneath route, and that's what happened.
Ron Baker's going to make the tackle. 1st and 10 to go from their own 47. The snap in the shotgun by Weaver, leaves it with McIntosh, gets out across midfield into Wildcat territory down to the 49. So that'll bring up now a 2nd down and 7 situation after the gain of 3. Spot of the football was the 48, not the 47. So that's why it's a gain of 3 just inside the 50-yard line. 6:15, clock rolling here in the first quarter. Twin receivers either side. DeWeaver in the shotgun will take the snap, looks near sideline. Now keeps it himself, goes straight up the middle, and he's going to fall down and be knocked down around the 47-yard line. Ball comes out, but he was down. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down situation for the Lions. Reggie Williams, coming up from his linebacker spot, will make the stop for Pearl River.
Yeah, DeWeaver was down. Ruled down, thankfully. It's 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Lions. This is a big 3rd down play for the offense as they go 3 wide to the far side, single receiver to the near.
Gain of 2 down to the 47-yard line of Pearl River. Here's the snap to Weaver. Rolls to his right, still holding on to the football. Wants to get rid of it and can't. He's going to be hit, and he's going to be dropped out of bounds across the way at the Lion 47.
Yeah, that's when you're rolling the coverage right there, Jason. Your roll protection as your quarterback sprinting out to his right. He can't take the sack right there, just flick it out of bounds. But he took the sack. It's going to be 4th down and 10 after that tackle for a loss. Brings the ball back across midfield. Ball will be on the 48-yard line, and the punter will have to come back out for the 2nd time tonight, just the 4th time of the season.
Whole host of Wildcats going to end up finishing him off, pushing him out of bounds after the 5-yard loss on the sack. Moss is going to be back to punt, averaging 40.5 yards per kick coming in. He's going to get rid of it, and it's going to bounce at the 20-yard line of Pearl River, and it's going to be touched and down there at the 17 or 18-yard line, I beg your pardon, of Pearl River. So the Wildcats now will have a little bit longer field to go. They're going to be at their own 18-yard line. Ball's going to be on the near hash, moving from left to right. The EMCC Radio Network, anchored by the flagship station WFCA 107.9 FM out of Fridge Camp, Super Talk WZKR 103.3 FM in Meridian, and EMCC's WFTC 92.7 FM in Mayhew. Next week we'll be on the road again up in Fulton, Mississippi. Total other end of the spectrum, other end of the state. From here, twin receivers near side, twin to the far for Pearl River. High snap to the face mask, taken by Callis. He's going to throw it near side and throws it laterally, and it's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Bryce once again. It looked like it hit his face mask and bounced off there.
Yeah, hit him in the wrong spot, his face.
It looked like he was kind of crouching down to catch that ball, so a little bit of a low throw that time. by Callis.
They're kind of picking on Sweeney's side, Jason. They've gone to him his side 4 or 5 times tonight, and they've kind of got him on his heels a little bit as Sweeney was bailed out of there, and they just threw the bubble or the what we call the quickie, just stand up and hit him out wide, and thankfully he dropped it.
Here's the snap to Callis. He's looking near side, throws it back to Bryce, picking on Swinney again. He's going to be caught by Bryce, and he's going to be up near the first down sticks. I think he's got the first down. Depends on the spot of the football. He went out of bounds somewhere near the 30-yard line. Could be short, though. I think about the 27. Looks like where the official is spotting it now, but it was hard to see as all we saw were black jerseys and black helmets near side. Boy, a good
now
look.
They're saying his first down. What a generous spot.
Very generous spot.
From across the way. It'll be first down and 10 from the 17 or the 28 or 29 yard line. Very generous spot.
Yeah, nose of the football is going to be just about, I would go ahead and guess to say a couple of inches from the 28-yard line. It's a little over the 27.5 mark, and the officials are all going to stand around the football and look at it.
Well, the thing is, he's already moved the chains.
Yeah.
That's the problem. He's already moved them from across the way. But back to what I was saying earlier, Jason, they keep going to Kilo Swinney's side, and they're kind of hitting him quick. So one thing you can do, Swinney's he's indecisive right now. They've been picking on him a pretty good bit. But one thing, your defensive end on that side, he can get his hands up and try to make that passing lane a whole lot difficult as LaShawn Paulino Bell. He's 6'4", 245 pounds. He's a freshman out of Florida. He's a reverse transfer from Michigan State.
Well, it's going to be third and short, Glenn.
Oh, they backed it up.
They backed it up.
Wow.
So it's going to be third down, but it looks like it's 3rd and inches now. Spot of the football is near the 28-yard line. Their own 28, moving from left to right. Callis in the shotgun again. Thompson's going to be flanked to his right. Twin receivers to the left. Here's the snap. They leave it when Thompson goes up the middle. It's going to be tripped up. I'm not sure he made it.
Loss right there, Jason. They got him in the backfield as he narrowly, I don't think he got back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 4th down. He lost a yard. It's 4th and a long one. And Pearl River's going to have to punt this football away, I would imagine, being that close to their own end zone.
Put an asterisk by that defensive series there for EMCC. That was a huge play. E.J. Woods is going to trip him up. I thought maybe he might have stretched the football out to the original line of scrimmage, which could go either way and be a first down. So you're going to say his knee went down a yard and a half shy of the first down. So it's 4th and 1.5. Coming out to punt the football away is going to be Heath Mosley. Mosley's going to take a high snap. He's going to come back down at his own 12 and kick it, and EMCC may have got a piece of it, either that or just a really ugly kick, and the Lions are going to have it at their own 49-yard line.
Wow, high snap made the punter jump for the football and messed all the timing up, and he had to narrowly avoid getting it blocked. And it was a little bit of a shank as EMCC is going to have excellent field position right here, 1st down and 10 from the midfield.
So about a 24-yard punt that time for Mosley. Heath Mosley came in averaging 39.3 per kick, had 8 punts last week against ICC. So DeWeaver and company go to work. Just shy of the 50-yard line. They're at their own 49 officially. Here's the snap, moving from right to left. DeWeaver fires it over the middle. It's caught by Reddix. Reddix tries to get to the outside. He's going to get around the 45, and we're going to have face mask penalty as there's flags flying everywhere. About 3 of them flew. And, Glenn, I think you saw them grab his face mask.
Yeah, Jason, as Reddix was running the crossing route, they did grab his face mask, and it rained penalty flags all over the field. I think every referee out there threw it, and it's going to be a personal foul, face mask against Pearl River. That'll give 15 yards from the end of the run, so they'll move it up 15 from the 45-yard line. The ball should be spotted at the 30-yard line for East Mississippi.
And it will be 3:12 to go in the opening quarter. Now the clock begins to roll. 8-0 Pearl River on top. They scored on their opening possession on a 4-yard run by Thompson. Snap by DeWeaver from the 30 of the Wildcats. Fires it over on the sideline, and he almost completed it to Buddy Stevens. And Buddy just throws his hands out. So it was some miscommunication between he and the wideout across the way, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Well, it was McIntosh coming out of the backfield. It was just a check down, and DeWeaver just sailed that ball.
Trips near side, 2nd and 10 from the 30. He's going to leave it on the ground with McIntosh. Goes around the right side between the numbers and the sideline, and he's going to be tackled inside the 24 down to about the 24-yard line. And so EMCC is going to be set in another 3rd down situation. Just for whatever reason tonight, offensively, EMCC has not done very well on 1st and 2nd down. And Latravius McNair is going to make the tackle. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 situation. Spot of the football is just inside the 25 down to the 24. So gain of 6 by McIntosh. DeWeaver all day to throw. Now steps up, sees a lane. He's going to bowl over some guys, gets into the inside the 20-yard line. He's going to be close to a 1st down. I believe it depends on left foot, right foot spot here, though, Glenn.
Yeah, the near side judge is spotting him on the 20-yard line. And I think they're going to give him the 1st down. They did. Yeah. Outstanding spot. Gives him the 1st down. It'll be 1st down and 10 Lions from the 20 for right now. 2 minutes, 18 seconds and counting on the clock.
Booker Brown's going to make the tackle, and it's 1st down and 10 to go. They leave it with McIntosh. Runs into his own lineman. Now is going to spin free and gets inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. So nice game by McIntosh on 1st down. He's done a pretty good job when he's carried it on 1st down, as Reggie Williams is going to drag him down inside the 15. Under 2 minutes to play in the 1st quarter. 8-0 is our score with 1:50 and counting to go in the 1st quarter. EMCC in the red zone. They're down to the 14-yard line. Here's the snap, and it's going to be handoff is going to be Moore. Moore's going to check into the contest. He's going to go around the right side, and he's going to get inside the 10, and it's going to have enough for a 1st down. So it's going to be 1st down goal to go from the 5. Moore kind of slipped in on us there and then slipped through the line over on the right side. Marshall Kozma is going to make the tackle. 1st down goal to go. Boy, EMCC wants to go fast. They've got twin receivers either side. Ball placed middle of the field. Here's the snap to DeWeaver. He's going to leave it on the ground with Moore. He's going to stutter step his way through the middle of the line and gets down to about the 1-yard line. So to bring up now 2nd down and goal to go for EMCC. Damian Gray will knock him off his feet. We have 1:07 to go in the 1st quarter. Clock is rolling. Mass substitution now for EMCC. Moore's going to stay out there at tailback. DeWeaver is going to be in the shotgun. Drummond's going to line up at wide out near side. He'll be the single receiver near side. So it's a big, looks like a jumbo formation. Here's the snap to DeWeaver. He's going to leave it on the ground with Moore. He's going to tiptoe his way towards the goal line. Does he get in? We're waiting on the officials to say, yes, touchdown. Moore is going to take it in from a yard out, and EMCC is on the board with 41.2 seconds to go in the 1st quarter.
Get in that jumbo package and hand it to Moore, and you're going to get a yard or 2 every time. Those big offensive linemen led by the center, Connor Renke. He's 6'1", 305, but he can really move some meat up in there, Jason. He did a good job finding a lane for Moore to stick his head in there for the touchdown.
So Keon Moore did not score a touchdown last week, has his 1st touchdown at EMCC in 2018. Waiting the snap back. Here it is. Here's the hold, the kick, and it is through the uprights, and EMCC will trail by a point, 8-7. Great snap by Burton, great hold by Kohler, and a great kick by Smith. And Smith so far has only missed 1 extra point this season, and he's kicked a lot of them through the first 2 games. Through the 1st game and a quarter. 41.2 left on the clock here in the 1st quarter. We'll be back with the kick to Pearl River in a moment. You're listening to the EMCC Radio Network. Yards to the end zone as EMCC scores from 1 yard out with Keon Moore. Here's the kick, and it's going to go over to the 15-yard line. Taken by Pearl River there. Tries to come to the near side from the far side. Gets out across the 25. Hit and sandwiched at the 30-yard line. So the Wildcats with a nice return there, and it's going to be Severius Snow. The freshman's going to return it up to the 30.
EMCC's drive, Jason, was 8 plays, 50 yards, 2:39 off the clock. So a very efficient drive for the Lions.
Tobias Glass is going to come up and make the tackle, the freshman from Nanawaya High School played in the state championship game a year ago, losing to eventual champion Simmons. 8-7 is the score here. Pearl River on top of EMCC with 33.8 seconds to go in the first quarter. So after the 15-yard return by Snow, Callis has it in the shotgun now with trips to the left. That's the wide side of the field. An inside handoff to Thompson. Thompson's going to turn his legs out to the 32. He's going to be hit and stopped, maybe forward progress up to the 33-yard line. And making the tackle for EMCC is going to be E.J. Woods. Boy, E.J. Woods has been all over the place tonight.
He plays with a very hot motor, Jason. I think they're going to let the clock run out to end the quarter.
And the quarter is going to wind down and be closed now with an 8-7 lead for Pearl River. When we return, it will be a 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard gain by Thompson on first down. They'll have it at their own 32 as they switch into the field. The Wildcats have the ball. We'll be back in a moment with the start of the second. This is the EMCC Radio Network. The snap, spins around, fires it near side, and it's complete laterally at the 32-yard line. He's not going to get much there. 33 may have actually lost a half a yard depending on the spot of the football. And making the reception is going to be Breland. That's KJ Breland for Pearl River, but it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 6. Going to say he gained a yard up to the 44. Everett Cunningham's going to knock him off his feet. Callis in the shotgun with twin receivers to the right, moving from right to left. Got set, then looks back to the near sideline. Looking for the signal from his offensive staff on a 3rd down and a long 6. Claps his hands, takes the snap, play action, looking far sideline, fires at far sideline, and it is caught by Polk, and he goes out of bounds at around the 43-yard line, enough for a 1st down. That's a gain of about 10 on the play. And last week, Polk was the big receiver. Tyler Polk, a sophomore, had 6 receptions, 17 yards, and averaged about 3 yards per catch a week ago. Twins near side. They're ready to snap it from their own 43. They leave it in the belly with Thompson. Thompson tries to avoid a tackler. He's going to be dropped inside the 40, back at the 38-yard line. A whole host of guys for EMCC come in there, but knocking him off his feet is going to be E.J. Woods. He led the charge.
E.J. is playing all over the place, Jason, from his linebacker position, and he'll flip sides on you if you're not careful, so it's kind of hard to see where he's lining up and go away from him because he's all over.
Showing blitz is EMCC. They've got 2 guys that's ready to rush off the edges. 2 down linemen. Now they're going to put in a 3-point stance, the defensive end on the far side. The snap, they're going to fire it near side off his hands at the 42. The intended receiver was Polk, and in on defense was Fred Hervey for EMCC, and that's going to be incomplete, and that's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 16 situation. So a loss of 6 while ago on the tackle for loss on Thompson, who tried to run it around near side and just could not get the edge as he could not avoid E.J. Woods.
Jason, we got some stats from the first quarter before this 3rd down play. First downs, EMCC 4, Pearl River 5. Total yards of offense, 17 plays for 65, where Pearl River 18 for 93 yards. But 3rd down is something that's going to stick out to me. It's 2 for 4 for the Lions. 1 for 3 for Pearl River in the first quarter, but they just converted another one.
Callis back to pass. Pocket collapsed. He fires it. Intercepted at the 35 by EMCC. Out across the 40. Out across the 45. Joseph Anderson has it. He's going to get inside the 40. Penalty flags are littering the field now everywhere. We see one to our right, to our left, and across the way. And now we have an injured Lion on the field. It looks like laying there is Trey Brownlee at the 39-yard line. He's kicking his legs back and forth. He is in some obvious pain. Not certain exactly what happened to him, but obviously when you have those interception returns, you got to keep your head on a swivel.
Well, Jason, I was actually looking at what happened to him. A Pearl River offensive lineman peeled back on him and just hit him for no reason, as that was just away from the play in that wet turf. His left leg kind of hyperextended his knee. From our vantage point, hopefully there's no damage done to that knee other than just a hyperextension. It's number 40. Right. That's Cy Martin Jr. And I saw it when it happened. I was watching it, unfortunately, for that young man, but he jogged off, so maybe it was just a little hyperextension, and he'll be okay, able to jog it off. But there were penalty flags, 2 on the far side of the field, but there's 1 on the near side over here, Jason, back at the 43-yard line.
And all those penalty flags came after the interception. So EMCC should retain possession here. And we see Buddy Stevens getting an explanation from the officials. And now one coach for Pearl River wants to go out there. That's Ted Egger. And he is going to be talking to an official here at the 40-yard line on the near side. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the EMCC Radio Network. Half 8 Connor had a couple of steps on his defender.
Yeah, Connor had some steps, but he staggered about the 30-yard line, Jason. I think if he doesn't slip or lose his footing right there, he had an opportunity to catch that football. It was thrown just a little bit high, but
he staggered a little bit at first.
Right,
Stumbled
right.
rather. Okay, I got you. I was watching the ball. Snap on 2nd and 10 from their own 44. Miller, great pocket protection. Fires it over the middle. Caught by Reddix. He's inside the 40. High steps inside the 35. Down the numbers, and it's in first down EMCC. And now V.J. Miller kind of revitalizing a little bit this offense. It's 8-7 Pearl River on top. Lions trying to get back in the end zone.
Pearl River's got a hurt player over there, and he immediately waved to the far sideline for him to come out there where he's at. It's going to be pretty significant, I believe, as he didn't waste any time, took his helmet off and said, "Come get me."
So as they attend to him, we're going to take a 1-minute timeout. 8-7 Pearl River on top of EMCC. Lions have it down to the 33-yard line of Pearl River, moving left to right here in the second quarter of action. We'll be back in a moment to Pearl River. This is the EMCC Football Network. In Poplarville, Mississippi. We're on the campus of Pearl River Community College. EMCC with the football down to the 33-yard line of Pearl River, and now they are finally getting the young man to his feet, and they're going to help him off. He's going to be assisted on either side, and the injured young man is Terrance Humphrey, a freshman defensive back from Clarksdale, a 6'2", 210-pounder, and I'm not sure he's able to put any kind of pressure whatsoever on that ankle, and they may be picking him up and carrying him, and they are.
They are.
That's
unfortunate, Jason. He knew immediately as they are literally carrying him off the field. So that's an injury you just hate to see. Hopefully that young man can bounce back as it is early in the season, but from our vantage point, he may be done.
And we'll certainly have him in our thoughts and prayers as he comes to the near side with 11:41 to go here before halftime. EMCC with it first down, 10 to go, down to the 33 of Pearl River. Ball left hash. V.J. Miller, the quarterback of 2016, is back in scuba. He's the backup, and he's been out there on this drive. Races his right leg, takes the snaps, going to fire it on the bubble screen near side. It is caught by EMCC inside the 31, and that's going to be Clayton, and Clayton's going to be pushed out of bounds somewhere in the neighborhood of the 27-yard line. That's a nice gain. That's going to be a gain of 6 on the play, so it's going to bring up now a 2nd and 4, maybe 7, depends on the spot of the football. They put it down to the 26-yard line, so it will be a gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Miller with the snap, leaves it with McIntosh. He slips down at the 25-yard line as he tried to cut. He was going up the middle, wanted to kind of cut and go a little bit to his right, and just couldn't keep his footing, and that's going to bring up now a 3rd down.
Yeah, he probably would have had the first down, Jason, but that turf is really getting soft there in between the hashes on that end of the field.
So a 3rd down and short. Miller all day to throw. Looking. Looks to the right. Now steps up in the pocket. Now going to go to the left side. He's going to keep it himself. Jukes one man. Gets inside the 25. Inside the 20. He's between the numbers and the hash. Down to about the 15-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down. Boy, V.J. Miller showing his athleticism there.
He really did, Jason, as his intended receiver fell down on that far side, and then he had to improvise, ducking and dodging there in the pocket, and then finding a crease, getting outside, breaking outside contain. and getting over the top and getting that first down for the Lions.
Johnson made the tackle from his defensive line spot. V.J. Miller led the Lions in 2016 with 9 rushing touchdowns. Here's the snap on first down from the 15. Crossing route's going to be batted away at the 15-yard line. Nice play that time by Pearl River. Coming up is to make the deflection there is going to be Corey Jackson coming from his linebacker spot. Boy, linebackers are really tested on those crossing routes, and he did a good job there.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and he did a good job of trailing that runner and getting his hand in there at the last second to knock it loose. Second down and 10. Ball on the 16.
Here's the snap play action. They fire it to Clayton on the bubble screen near side, get some protection. He's going to get to the 10-yard line. They may get EMCC's Miller with a hold here as there's a penalty flag. So let's hold on just a second. So far, they've spotted it at the 10-yard line, which would be a gain of 6 on the play.
Yeah, that's going to go against Adrian Miller.
There's a reason why he had great protection, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be on EMCC, and they're going to back it up. Lions trail, though, 8-7 here, but knocking on the door with 10:04 to go before halftime, and that's going to be a big setback there. So it's going to put them in second and long at the 20-yard line of Pearl River. Still in the red zone, though. They've got to get down to the 8-yard line for a first down. Moving from left to right, the ball's going to be switched to the near hash. Trips left, and now we have another stoppage of play. Well, this is reminding me of the Mississippi State SFA game, when Stephen F. Austin and Mississippi State had several plays apiece that were reviewed, and there was lots of scoring, at least on Mississippi State's part, and that game was almost 4 hours long in Starkville last Saturday night. 8-7, EMCC trails. They'll have a second down and 15 to go when we return. There's a timeout on the field, and I think Pearl River called it. We'll take it with them. This is the EMCC Radio Network. Go in the shotgun with V.J. Miller. McIntosh flanked to the right of Miller, who takes the snap from his own 20 on 2nd and 15. Steps up in the pocket, rolls near side, pump fakes, fires it. Caught inside the 5 by McIntosh. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 3-yard line. And boy, was he leveled, but he held on to that football. And EMCC has it first down and goal to go inside the 5 down to the 3-yard line of the Wildcats.
Jason, that play right there was another big-time throw by V.J. Miller, and he just made that play with his feet, buying more time, and then finding McIntosh on the check down for the Lions to get first and goal from the 3.
Here's the snap. They leave it on the ground with McIntosh, a little counter play, and he's going to be tripped up around the 2, so it's going to bring up a second down and goal situation from there. So not much for McIntosh on second down. Or first down, I should say. It's now going to be second down. Miller's going to be in the shotgun. McIntosh flanked to his right. 9:13 and counting here to go before halftime. EMCC trying to punch it in and take the lead for the first time tonight. They'll have twins either side. Ball placed middle of the field at the 2-yard line of Pearl River. V.J. Miller, the snap, slant, caught, touchdown, EMCC. Oh, incomplete. And he was looking for Drummond on the quick slant, and it falls incomplete. I thought he corralled it in. And the coaching staff, they're like me. They think it's complete. Heard somebody moaning and groaning. They're wrong. So it's going to bring up a third down. It looked like, from my vantage point, he caught it. Of course, confirmation here in the booth is he did not. So Miller with the snap, leaves it with McIntosh, tries to go around the left side, tries to cut back down the field towards the goal line. He was trying to go off tackle and bounced to the outside, couldn't get there, and it's down to the 1-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 1 to go for EMCC. Do you kick it here and take the lead, or do you try to punch it in? And I think Buddy Stevenson's staff are going to try to punch it in here.
I was going to say, Jason, you and I have been calling a lot of EMCC games for the last 9 or 10 years, and you know the answer.
So 4th down and goal to go from the 2-yard line. So no gain on third. And
East Mississippi.
And Buddy is livid across the way, and obviously something was not communicated right, or the offense didn't do something right, and it's a timeout EMCC. Back in 30 seconds. 8:25 to go in the second quarter. Lions trail by a point, 8-7 to Pearl River here in Poplarville. This is the EMCC Radio Network. Mississippi 8-7, Pearl River on top, 8:25 to go here in the second quarter. But EMCC has it 4th down and goal to go at the Pearl River 2. V.J. Miller brings a man in motion. That's Drummond from left to right, takes the snap, going to keep it himself, goes off tackle. Left side, he goes into the end zone, touchdown. V.J. Miller from 2 yards out, and the Lions have taken the lead. 13-8 pending the PAT with 8:20 to go before halftime.
Great play call right there as they bring a man in motion across the formation. And Pearl River was locked up man, so they slid everything down. And then V.J. Miller goes back to the left, and we've seen that all too often from a couple of years ago, Jason. And V.J. Practically walks into the end zone on that 4th down play to put the Lions on top, 13-8, pending the extra point.
Brett Burton will snap it. Holding it will be C.J. Goler, and attempting the PAT is going to be Josh Smith. It's a high snap. Goler gets it down. Here's the kick, and it is good. Just through the uprights towards the right side, and EMCC will lead it by a score of 14-8. With 8:20 to go here before halftime, we'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in a moment as we kick it off to the Wildcats. You're listening to the Lions Radio Network. Brown. V.J. Miller keeps it himself around the left side. A 2-yard touchdown. The PAT's good. It's 14-8 EMCC. The kick is high in the air. Taken middle of the field, just across the 10-yard line, on across 15, 20, 25. Hit around the 26-yard line is the ball carrier for Pearl River Community College. And Pearl River will have it there. And the numbers have just gotten even more difficult. I think that's Breland who made that return. It is. So Breland is going to get down to or Trey Brownlee's going to knock him off his feet. It's going to get up to, rather, the 23-yard or 27-yard line.
That Lion drive, Jason, was 15 plays, 67 yards, 4 minutes, 37 seconds off the clock, capped off by that V.J. Miller touchdown.
V.J. Miller leading a scoring drive of some 67 yards. Trips near side. Ball's going to be placed on the right hash. At the 26, batted down from the left side, and I think that's Kitchens who got a piece of it on the pass by Callis, and that'll bring up now 2nd down and 10.
It was. Eric Kitchen got his hands up, knocking that ball down.
So a batted down pass by Kitchen, the left defensive end, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. He was trying to throw quickly on the right side. It was Callis who's looking to the near side. He left Thompson flanked to his right, now comes to his left. He's in the shotgun, twin receivers near side, one to the far. Claps his hands, takes the snap, going to roll slightly to near side, backside pressure, gets rid of it. Nicely timed route that time, caught up to the 38-yard line, and that's Tyler Polk who's going to make that reception. And it's close, if not a first down, depending on the spot of the football. It is a first down.
Yeah, I thought he just threw the ball away, but the wide receiver just did an outstanding job of adjusting and diving to make the catch.
Yeah, the official spot's going to be the 38, so it will be a first down. Here's the snap on the near hash, and it's thrown, caught by Breland. He's going to step out of bounds as he gets out across the 40 up to about the 42-yard line. That will be a gain of 3. The official spot was the 39. Making the tackler, chasing him out of bounds, rather, is Joseph Anderson. He will be credited with a tackle. EMCC on top 14-8 with 7:49 left. Boy, Pearl River taking a page out of EMCC's book offensively with the pace and play calling and everything. 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard catch by Breland. Twin receivers to the right. Single receiver near side. Thompson now flanked to the right of Callis, who will leave it with Thompson. Has a open lane over here on the near side. Goes down the numbers, or up the numbers. Now he's going down the numbers as he gets into EMCC territory and out of bounds around the 39-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down. And I think EMCC's defensive front's wanting holding there and making the tackles Everett Cunningham.
Yeah, good offensive lineman can hold. We've always been told that, Jason. A good offensive lineman gets away with those holds, and right there, they got away with it.
So down to the EMCC 39, ball near hash. Callis with twins to the right, single receiver near side. The snap leaves it. No, doesn't leave it with Thompson. Is going to be pulled down, though, as he gets just down to the 38-yard line, making the tackle Everett Cunningham again. Cunningham will wrap his legs up as he falls forward for a yard gain down to the 38. So to bring up now a 2nd and 9 situation for Pearl River. So on 1st down, great job by Cunningham that time. 2nd down, 9 to go. Pearl River moving from right to left. They trail EMCC 14-8, 6:45 and counting here in the 2nd quarter. Twin receivers near side, single receiver far side of the field. Now he's going to come in motion to the near side. Here's the snap, play action, looking near side, and he's going to throw it, trying to find Polk inside the 30-yard line. Throws it just a little bit wide of him. Polk got his right arm up, but it goes incomplete and goes out of bounds, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 now.
They kind of unbalanced you right there, Jason. They shifted things over, then brought a man in motion back to trips and just ran what we call the trail swing, where the number 1 receiver goes straight up the field, and then the other 2 receivers just kind of follow him and get spacing, and the quarterback tries to throw it in the hole.
Now they go twins either side. EMCC is going to step off sides. It's a free play. And now they're looking for Breland. Catches it at the 5-yard line, goes into the end zone, but I think they stopped play.
Contact was made. Defensive lineman number 95, that's going to be Everett Cunningham. He jumped off sides and made contact, so that turned it to a dead ball. Actually, I think it's going to go against Darrell Middleton, that penalty. So it'll be 3rd down again.
And he's got to go hear it as he trots off the field, and he's going to be on the far sideline. So a substitution there. EMCC trying to defend 3rd down and 4. They're down to the EMCC 34-yard line as Pearl River. Trips right, wide side of the field. Moving from right to left. Callis claps his hands. Now we'll look back to the near sideline. 6:31 to go before halftime. Clock is stopped. EMCC up 14-8.
And I would imagine, Jason, as they're going to call a timeout, it's going to be 4-down territory right here for Pearl River.
Yeah, it's going to be a timeout called by Pearl River, so we'll take it with them back in 30 here to Poplarville. This is the EMCC Radio Network. As the spot of the football is going to be at the 34 once again. So it's 4th down and 4 for Pearl River. Leading the charge there is going to be Cy Martin Jr., the transfer from Louisiana State University, affectionately known as LSU. And what a win they had against Miami on Sunday night. Man, Ed Orgeron silenced some critics for now. And now we have a timeout call by EMCC. Everybody's got to be nearing at least giving up their allotment of timeouts. I think Pearl River's out, and East Mississippi will have one more. This is their second timeout call of the first half. Back in 30 to Poplarville. This is the EMCC Radio Network. In Poplarville, Mississippi, EMCC up 14-8. It's now 4th down and 4 at the EMCC 34 for Pearl River, and they're going for it. Twins to the right, single receiver to the near side. Callis in the shotgun, looks right then left, surveys that EMCC defense that's showing blitz. Here they come. Play action now. He's going to float it near side. He's looking for his receiver at the 20, and it's incomplete as he was trying to come for Bryce once again, and EMCC will take over at their own 34 as it's incomplete. No flags on the play. The Lions up 14-8 will now be going from left to right with football possession. 5:55 to go before halftime.
Yeah, Pearl River offensive staff wanted a pass interference, but even if so, that ball wasn't catchable, so it wouldn't really matter, right? But I did not think it was defensive pass interference anyway.
Well, the receiver's back was to the ball, and he was plowing in
exactly
to Swinney. So EMCC will have it. First down, 10 to go from left to right.
Good 4th down stop, and V.J. Miller back out there.
V.J. Miller with a screen pass to the left side. It is caught staying on his feet and getting out across the 35-yard line. It's going to be Rashad Eads, who had a touchdown catch last week, his first as an EMCC Lion, and it's going to bring up now 2nd down and 8 after the gain of 2. As he gets out across the 35, making the tackle is going to be Eli Stringfellow. V.J. Miller in the shotgun, twin receivers wide side of the field, near side. He'll take the snap at the belly, back to pass, penalty flags fly, he steps up in the pocket. He's going to keep it himself, and boy, can he move as he goes up the far hash, gets out across the 45. He's going to be up to around the 47-yard line. Move the chains, but let's see what this penalty is.
I would think maybe offsides on the defense, Jason, because if it would have been a false start, they'd have stopped everything. They just let things play out.
And
that's
they threw it as soon as the ball was snapped.
Yeah.
So the penalties decline. V.J. Miller with a nice run.
But again, V.J. just showing us what he can do with his feet tonight. That's 3 plays that stick out in my mind here in this first half that he's made with his feet to get the first down or even score.
Trips near side. Ball on the left hash. Snap from the 46, or 47, I should say, and it's a screen pass to Eads here on the near side. Eads with a catch a moment ago on the left side. Eads with a catch here on the near side. And he's going to get inside Pearl River territory down to the 48-yard line, so it's going to bring up now a 2nd down and medium situation gain of 5. Darrell Luster is going to make the tackle for the Wildcats. Clock rolling with 4:53 to go. 2nd down and medium from the 48-yard line of Pearl River. B.J. Miller in the shotgun. Everybody bunched up, trips bunched up to the line of scrimmage here on the near side between the numbers and the hash. They'll snap it from the near hash at the 48 of Pearl River. V.J. Miller, plenty of time to throw. Throws it short, the 45-yard line between the hash and numbers, and it is caught. And getting down to around the 43-yard line is the receiver, and that's going to be Jason Brownlee, the 6'3" freshman from West Point, Mississippi. Knocking him off his feet is Johnson again. EMCC with now a 3rd down and short. Here's the snap to Miller. He's going to leave it with McIntosh. Stumbles, but gets back up, and he's going to take it inside the 40 as he went down the near hash, got down to the 38-yard line. That's enough for an EMCC first down with 4:11 to go before half.
He was sliding all the way, Jason, as that turf is really getting loose and taking a beating, and McIntosh is going to go to the sideline. In will come number 25, Keon Moore.
Moore will be flanked to the right of Miller, who will take the snap inside the 40 of Pearl River. Pocket collapses, steps up, now just unloads deep down the sideline. He is looking for Brownlee in the end zone, and he overthrows him out of the side of the end zone. Incomplete, and that'll bring up now 2nd and 10 from the 38 of the Wildcats.
Jason Brownlee had a step there, but VJ just overthrew him just a little bit there in the back of the end zone. It will bring up 2nd down and 10. Ball on the 39-yard line. But, Jason, just a couple of passes earlier, You and I both saw the same thing on that quick hitch route, and I'll go ahead and say it. VJ threw a fastball right there.
The baseball reference. We'll tell you a little bit more about his baseball career here momentarily. Second down, 10 to go from the 38. The snap. Screen pass left side. Connor's catching it, and he's in traffic, and he's going to be held on to, and he's going to be dropped for a loss back at the 39. So it will be a 3rd down and 11 situation coming up. 3:37 to go and counting. Stringfellow with the tackle for loss there. So 3rd and 11 for EMCC offensively. 3 minutes and 30 ticks left here in this first half. They'll snap it from the 39 of Pearl River. Pressure coming from up the middle. V.J. Miller avoids one tackler, avoids another, and avoids another. Goes on the left side, tries to spin as he presses the X button, and he can't get past that 4th defender, and he's going to be dropped at the original line of scrimmage after a gain of 1, and that's going to bring up now a 4th down and 10.
Yeah, but I think it's probably going to be 4 down territory, and Buddy Stevens, this area of the field, you're not going to punt and you're not going to kick a field goal, especially in these terrible turf conditions. So Buddy Stevens electing to go for it, and VJ will stay out on the field. It'll be 4th down and 11, ball on the 40-yard line.
Here's the snap. Miller back to pass. Plenty of protection. Now fires it over on the left side, and it is caught, but is he out of bounds?
It was deflected.
Deflected. Okay, I see the football now laying on the turf there. So now I'm afraid that as the sun continues to go down, I'm going to see my reflection more than I can see the field, which is unfortunate. Our windows will not open in here. 2:37 to go here before halftime, and so taking over on downs is going to be Pearl River. EMCC up 14-8. If you would have told me we'd have this low score of a game here in the first half with 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go before half, I'd have said you're crazy.
Yeah, I'd have to say that too, Jason. But here we are. It is 2:37 to go here in the second quarter, 14-8, and it's just been one of those things. Some slips and falls here or there, Jason. And if you don't slip and fall a time or two, you're probably up 21 or so to 8. So just one of those things.
Here's the snap to Callis, and now penalty flags fly. The snap from their own 39. It's going to be a false start, so all of a sudden shooting themselves in the foot. Here on the start of this drive is Pearl River. 2:35 to go here in the second quarter in Poplarville, Mississippi. And I'll say this, it's a nice contingent of fans across the way that drove down from Scuba, West Point, Starkville, Columbus, and the Meridian area.
Absolutely, and that's something we've seen for 10 years or more here, Jason, is you and I have been doing this. East Mississippi travels better than anybody in the JUCO system.
Twins near side, one receiver to the far side. Snap from the 34, play action, getting rid of it quickly. Oh, almost intercepted by EMCC down the far sideline. That would have been 6 points on the board for the Lions. Oh, my goodness, just off the fingertips of EMCC's Jaquez Akins.
Yeah, Jaquez Akins almost caught that ball in stride. And, Jason, you know what they say, if he could catch, he'd be a wide receiver. That's why he's a defensive back. But, unfortunately, he dropped that one, and it was for sure a pick six. It'll be 2nd down and 15, ball on the 34-yard line at far hash, going from right to left.
Twin receivers here to the near side. Callis in the shotgun. Claps his hands, takes the snap, play action to Thompson. Fires it quickly to the 40-yard line on the near hash, and it's incomplete, as he was looking for his near side receiver. And it's Polk, and Polk couldn't come up with it, so it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 15 with 2:26 to go. A
big 3rd down play coming up for the defense. If they can hold them right here, they'll get the ball back with plenty of time and 1 timeout left on the clock. And you know, this offense can score quickly. Jason, and you know that's what they'll want to do is Pearl River will get the ball back to start the second half, but East Mississippi, you know, will want to put another touchdown on the board before the halftime.
Lions showing pressure. Here they come. They pick up that pressure. They're going to leave it with Thompson to go straight up the middle. And the ball's going to be on the ground. Who's going to come up with it? And we're looking, and trying to decide, and it's going to be
they're saying he was down, Jason, unfortunately. But it's going to be 4th down and a long 14 to go for Pearl River. So they will punt the football back to East Mississippi inside of 2 minutes left to go in this half, with the Lions leading 14-8. Back deep to receive for the Lions. He's got his back turned to us. I think
it's Clayton.
Is it Clayton? So he'll get there to return this punt. DJ Clayton for the Lions stands back at about the 25-yard line.
Heath Mosley will take a high snap and pulls it down with his right hand and then somehow gets rid of it, and it's going to go between the numbers and the hash on the far side, and it's going to hit a Pearl River defender in the back at the 31, so it's going to be dead there.
Pearl River got lucky right there. High snap. The punter climbed the ladder and was able to bring it down and get it off in time. So East Mississippi is going to have good field position as it hit a Pearl River defender in the back. It'll be first down and 10, ball on the 31-yard line for East Mississippi.
1:29 to go before halftime. We'll get you up to date on what's going to happen this weekend in SEC play. We'll also revisit some radio play-by-play highlights from a big weekend where the SEC went 13-1. Tennessee, the lone loss, of course, in their defense, having to play West Virginia and Charlotte, North Carolina. Miller with the snap from the 30. Surveys the field, gets rid of it quickly to Reddix. Reddix is going to catch it around the 31, and it's going to be a gain of 1 on the play, so we'll call it second down and 9 now to go. Norwood is going to make the tackle and threw it kind of a little bit low. Reddix had to go down and get it, and when he caught it, he was hit immediately by Norwood. I'm going to say no gain on the play. The official spot is the 31-yard line, so the snap to Miller, looking left side. Now the officials are going to stop play. There's a penalty flag lying on the 30-yard line here near side. Been a sloppy first half. We've had a little bit more penalties than we'd like, and it's a false start with 58.4 seconds on the clock here in the first half. EMCC is going to be backed up 5 yards back to the 26-yard line, so it's going to be a 2nd and 15 situation. EMCC brought the Mighty Lion Band down from Scuba. They've been playing across the way. Unfortunately, we can't hear them. I don't know if they're going to march at halftime or not, but the Pride of the River getting set to entertain the fans here at Dobie Holden Stadium at the half. On the road next week to Fulton, Mississippi. ICC the opponent as North Division play begins, the 3rd game of the season. So EMCC was 2nd and 15, not certain what they're still hashing out here. They've had the ball spotted for some 45 seconds now, and officials are still discussing some things, and now they're going to walk back on the field. They're still pointing and talking to each other, and the Lions and Wildcats just standing around.
Maybe a clock issue again as they keep looking back to the clock.
This is where we're missing you on the sidelines, Glenn. Hopefully we'll get that set up again next week because we have a 3rd member of the broadcast crew. We've had some unfortunate situations happen with our broadcast crew. Charlie Winfield couldn't make it tonight, and Jonathan Holmes, who had joined the broadcast crew for 2018 as color analyst, fell ill the week the season began, and our thoughts and prayers have been with him. And he is getting better. So a 10-second runoff now. So with 47 seconds, they start the clock. EMCC with the pump fake over on the left side. VJ Miller now is going to be harassed in the backfield. It's going to keep it himself. He's out across the 33. It's going to be pushed out of bounds in the neighborhood of the 35-yard line. That will stop the clock with 37.6 seconds remaining here in the first half. 14-8 EMCC on top and with ball possession. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6 situation. After the gain of 7 on the play by V.J. Miller. Here's the snap. They're going to leave it with McIntosh, who goes between the numbers and the hash near side. He's going to have enough for a first down. Miller was close to a 10-yard gain. I beg your pardon. Math was incorrect. 28.1 on the clock, and it stops to move the chains. Lions are going to be ready, though. They're looking to the far sideline with V.J. Miller. Clock starts now, 26 seconds, 25 seconds. They have it at their own 43-yard line, ball near hash. Miller with a shotgun snap. He's back to pass, steps up, and there's a penalty flag. It's going to be holding, knocked away by Pearl River at the 50-yard line. This is going to be coming back, though, as EMCC has 14 seconds to play here in the first half.
Yeah, that one's always in the area where it goes against that offensive lineman, maybe getting a little too much jersey or separation there. Oh, I stand corrected.
I stand corrected as well.
They're going to call a personal foul. I think it was illegal hands to the face by the defensive lineman.
What is the first thing you think of, though?
Yeah,
absolutely.
When the back judge throws the penalty like that, you automatically think holding. But, however, he saw a probably a club to the head by the defensive lineman. Sometimes when they do those swim moves, Jason, you'll see that every once in a while. It just gets a hand to the face, which you can't do, but that's big-time business for East Mississippi right now.
43-yard line of Pearl River. Miller with the snap, surveys the field. Now will roll to the near side. Plants, fires, and it's over the head of his intended receiver at the 25-yard line. So that's going to bring up now 2nd down and 10 to go. And it looks as if he was
6.4
looking
left
for McIntosh out of the backfield. Or, I beg your pardon. I'm sorry. That's going to be Alston Morphus. It looks like it's 18. Maybe that's Miller out there with 19. Hard to see the numbers in here. 6.4 remaining here before halftime. EMCC at the 43-yard line. Everybody goes back in coverage. Miller looking, surveys the field, just loads up, fires it deep down the far sideline, has a man in the end zone, and he's going to reach up and catch it. Yes! Touchdown, EMCC from 43 yards out as time expires. That's Ontario Drummond with the touchdown reception. He just outleaped this defender there near the pylon.
Yeah, that was an outstanding adjustment to the football as Ontario, he stands at 6'2", 200, but he showed quite a vertical right there, going up and getting that football and showing the strength. When you're 6'2", 200, a wide receiver, you're obviously a big, strong guy, and he did. He manhandled that defender, goes up over the top of him and just grabs the football for the touchdown.
We'll wait for Burton to snap it. Goler is set to hold. Goler holds his right hand out. Now here's the snap, goes up and gets it, and the kick attempted by Smith is through the uprights, and the PAT is true, and it's 21-8 now EMCC here at the half. When we return in 1 minute, we're going to be speaking with Vice President of EMCC, the Scuba Campus, Mickey Stokes. You're listening to the EMCC Radio Network. 21-8. 15 minutes have been put on the clock. Both return men will stand inside the 5, kicking from left to right, and Smith gets his leg under it, and it's going to be taken at the 10-yard line across the 15, 20, 25, and out across the 30, and being hit and dropped there at the 30-yard line is Pearl River, and that's where they're going to start, and they're going to have it first down and 10 to go.
Jason, I've got some scores from around the league. East Central leading Itawamba in the second quarter, 27-7. And a tie ball game between Colin and Northeast, 0-0. Hines 14-0 over Mississippi Delta in the second quarter, and Gulf Coast leading Kahoma 14-7, and Jones Junior College 14-10 over Holmes right now.
KJ Breland with a return of 20 yards on the opening kick. Here's the first snap on first down, and that's Callis who's going to leave it with Thompson, who's going to go straight up the middle and gets out across the 32-yard line. That's going to bring up a second down and 8 situation after the gain of 2 by Thompson. Callis is going to be in the shotgun once again. Standing to his left is Thompson. Twin receivers to the near side. Thompson flanks his H-back out to a receiver spot, so trips near side. They're going to hand it off with Thompson. He's going to do the Brett Favre fake the throw to the near side. Didn't fake that left side of the EMCC defense. They're going to drop him for a loss back inside the 30 at the 29-yard line, so Thompson goes down, and it's going to bring up a third and long situation. Leading the charge is Eric Kitchen from his left defensive end spot. So we're a minute into the second half, and it's a third down and long situation for Pearl River. Wildcats with Callis will stand in the shotgun. They'll have twins to the near side, a single receiver to the right, showing pressure and blitz up the middle is EMCC. Callis looks to the near sideline. Now he's ready. The Lions are going to back off a bit, and he's going to throw it over on the right side, incomplete at the 40-yard line, so it's going to bring up a fourth down and 10.
And that's the tone setter you want by your defense, Jason, to start this second half. A 3 and out will let your offense have good field position to start the second half.
Lions with a zone blitz there, and it's now fourth down and 10. So coming out to kick this football away is going to be Heath Mosley. So a 3 and out to start the third quarter coming out of the locker room is Pearl River. DJ Clayton's going to stand inside his 35-yard line at the 34 in the middle of the field. Ball's going to be snapped from the far hash. Mosley has it, and he's going to kick it away from his own 20. Clayton's going to take it on the run backwards, spin to his left. He's got it at the 30, trying to get the angle. He's going to get a couple of great blocks. He's down the far sideline. DJ Clayton, he could go. He's inside the 40, leaps a man at the 35, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds around the 30-yard line. Great punt return for DJ Clayton.
It really was. They went to wall return there to the far sideline, East Mississippi sideline that is, and he hit that wall of blockers and got a couple of good peel back blocks, Jason. Decleaters that are going to look great on film, and just did an outstanding job of hitting that sideline. He was tackled over there on that far sideline out of bounds as the ball came loose, but it went out of bounds also.
Here's the snap. Miller back to pass, dances a bit, throws it far sideline. It is caught inside the 15-yard line by EMCC, and the Lions have another first down. They're knocking on the door, that south end zone door, up 21-8 with 13:21 to go in the third.
Not going to waste any time as you see those offensive linemen running to the line of scrimmage. It'll be first down and 10 from about the 11-yard line.
B.J. Miller sets up in the shotgun. He'll have twins here to the near side, wide side of the field. So on first down, snaps it from the 11 of Pearl River. Steps up in the pocket, now rolls to the right, backside pressure, gets rid of it in time to the end zone. Incomplete. As EMCC now will have second down, 10 to go from the 11-yard line. Had a man open there for a moment, kind of threw it behind him. And he was looking for Miller, and it falls incomplete, so it's now second down and 10 from the 11-yard line of Pearl River. B.J. Miller, who spent a year in the Padres organization, back on campus in Scuba. Takes the snaps, going to leave it with McIntosh, who dances up the middle, gets inside the 5, stays on his feet, to the goal line, touchdown, EMCC. And the Lions have extended the lead. It is now 27-8.
Yeah, Deion McIntosh did an outstanding job going off left tackle and bouncing off of a would-be tackler and breaking another tackle as he goes into the end zone to put the Lions up 27-14 here at the 9-minute mark, or actually 12:50 mark, as the clock's doing some crazy things, pending the extra point.
The snap is back, the hold is good, and the kick is through the uprights by Smith, and it should read 28-8. But they're getting the score wrong here on the scoreboard. We'll try to sort through it all when we return. 12:50 to go here in the third quarter. Back to the kick to the Wildcats in a moment. You're listening to the EMCC Radio Network. For EMCC's offense tonight. The kick's going to go a little sidewinder, and it's going to go inside the 20 and go out of bounds between the 20 and the 10-yard line. So Pearl River will have the option of a re-kick or taking it at the 35-yard line, their own 35. 28-8. They do have it sorted out. 12:50 to go in the third quarter. Lions on top by 20. Pearl River's going to have offensive possession. And, Glenn, they came out and they had to kick on a 3-and-out. Then all of a sudden EMCC goes down the field very, very quickly. It's got to be deflating now for Pearl River. Boy, they just kept punching and punching and punching EMCC. And now the Lions, they got back up off the mat. They kept punching back. And now all of a sudden EMCC just knocked them to the mat. And let's see if Pearl River can get back up.
Absolutely, Jason. That last Lion drive, 3 plays, 30 yards, 37 seconds, topped off by that Deion McIntosh 11-yard touchdown run.
Ball far hash, moving right to left. This offense for Pearl River. Callis in the shotgun, claps his hands, fakes the give to Thompson, has pressure in the backfield. He's going to escape the pressure, roll to his right. He's going to have positive yards as he's going to slide out of bounds at the 40-yard line across the way from us. And that's going to be a gain of about 5 on the play. Depending on the spot, it is going to be spotted at the 40-yard line, so it's going to bring up a second down in medium now. McIntosh turns nothing into something that time and using his legs. Or, excuse me, Callis, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, he did. That was all on his leg and athletic ability.
Snap, and they hand it to Thompson, goes around the right end, and he's going to have enough for the first down as he dives towards the 45-yard line. That's where they'll spot it. So back-to-back 5-yard runs, one by Callis, the other by Thompson. He's going to be knocked off his feet by Fred Hervey. And it's going to be a first down for Pearl River. So first down, 10 to go from their own 45-yard line, moving right to left. Still early stages of this second half. We're in the third quarter, 12:09 to go. The EMCC with a couple of defensive substitutions. And Callis is trotting off the field.
Now I think there's an injured Wildcat over on that far sideline.
I think you're correct. And he's on the EMCC bench, I believe.
Actually, that's going to be an injured Lion. Slow to get up over there.
And so, nonetheless, we've got Pearl River coming to the near side. EMCC is going to trot to their far sideline. And we're going to have a timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to the EMCC Radio Network.
Is that 32, Ontario Johnson?
Oh, the bump. Yeah, that's okay. Hey, make it a 30. Hey, make it a 30-second. They're ready to come back. Tonight's game with Pearl River and EMCC, and on 1st and 10 from their own 45, it's an inside handoff to Thompson, and he's going to be stopped after a yard gain up to the 46-yard line.
Penalty flag comes in after the play from the White Hat, and I think it's going to be a personal foul that will go against East Mississippi, unsportsmanlike penalty goes against East Mississippi. Not sure what happened out there. Little extracurriculars maybe.
Well, regardless of what happened, you just can't do that. They were about to be in a second long. You won first down. That's what you want to do. You've stifled their run game. I mean, last week they did pretty good through on the ground. 246 yards rushing, led by 214 of those from Thompson. You've done a pretty good job containing him tonight. And then you go and you bail him out for that personal foul. And I know Buddy Stevens has to be livid across the way, inside the 40 at the 38-yard line to be exact. Now we have another stoppage of play, but this time it's going to be a timeout, and it's going to be one official says timeout Pearl River, another official says timeout EMCC. But regardless, there's a timeout on the field, and we'll take it with them here at Dobie Holden Stadium. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to the EMCC Radio Network. By 28-8 here in Pearl River as we're on the campus of Pearl River Community College, Dobie Holden Stadium. The official name, boy, we had some rain showers on the drive down, rain showers pregame, and it's held off really since kickoff. The field has been a little sloppy. We've seen some guys lose their footing. So it's now first down, 10 to go. Official spot the 39 of EMCC for Pearl River, moving from right to left. Then the shotgun is Callis. He'll have trips here near side. Here's the snap, high snap, pull down, gives it to Thomas. Comes around the near side. It's going to be tripped up and dropped back at the 42. A big loss on the play. EMCC once again comes up big with a tackle for loss. And leading the charge there, E.J. Woods.
E.J. Woods, also Joseph Anderson, the defensive back, came up and fought through his would-be blocker there to make that tackle as well. So it was an outstanding effort by both Woods and Anderson.
So a loss of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up now 2nd and 14 from the 42. Here's the snap play action. They float it near side, and he got his receiver turned around, or his receiver he knew it was coming, but he couldn't get turned around in time as he had his back to it. And the intended receiver was Donovan Hickman, the tight end.
Right there, Callis, he just hit the old panic button, Jason, as he saw the blitz coming and just tried to get the football out of his hands. And it fell incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 14. Ball is on about the 42-yard line.
Possession play for Pearl River. EMCC creeping up to the line of scrimmage, showing pressure once again. 3rd and 14, as Glenn mentioned. 10:54 to go in the third quarter. Twin receivers either side. Ball near hash at the 42 of EMCC. Here comes the blitz and getting rid of it quickly, and it's caught near side, but nowhere near the first down as he's pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line. The receiver, K.J. Breland, sophomore from Forest County AHS, makes a reception, so it's going to bring up a 4th down situation. And the spot of the football is going to be the 37, so it's going to bring up a 4th down.
4th down, and it's going to be 4-down territory, Jason, as they're across the 40-yard line. They're at about the 36. It's 4th and 7 or 4th and 8.
So Callis in the shotgun. He'll have twin receivers either side once again. Here's the snap, play action, fires it right side down the hash, and it's incomplete, and EMCC will take over. They'll take over at their own 37-yard line, moving left to right. Now we have a couple of guys who have gotten in a little push and shove match, and you got to credit Josh Miller. He's one of the team captains. He made sure his teammate did not get a personal foul on himself, which would have been on EMCC, as he drug him out of the pile there.
Yeah, you can't say enough about that, Jason, because defense stood tall right there and got a 4 and out. So East Mississippi will have the football, 1st down and 10 from the 36-yard line. After that turnover on downs. 10:32 to go here in the third quarter. The Lions up 28-8. Here in Poplarville.
trip receivers rather, left side, which is the wide side of the field. Looking left, throwing left, and a little bit high for Boykin at the 40-yard line. Slips through his fingertips, though. And a pass that Boykin will tell you he probably should have brought down anyway, but a high throw there, and it's incomplete, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. From their own 37, moving left to right. They come up over the football on the line of scrimmage. Does EMCC offensively. Same formation as last on first down. Now here's 2nd and 10. V.J. Miller all day to throw. Surveys right, surveys middle of the field, looks left. Now he's going to tug it and run it left. He's got plenty of daylight. He's got the first down. He's inside Wildcat territory. Stutter steps as he gets inside the 45 and pushed out of bounds and near the 40-yard line. Boy, V.J. Miller has really impressed us with his legs tonight offensively.
Absolutely, Jason. He has done an outstanding job extending the play on offense and then finding open receivers, but also right there doing a good job. Nobody was open, so he took it upon himself and a big gain after the run.
Lions facing a 3-man front. Here's the snap from the 40 of the Wildcats to V.J. Miller. Steps up, has backside pressure, and he's going to be slung down as he does get up to the, or down rather, to the 35-yard line. So they have a gain on the play of 5 yards. V.J. Miller was touched about the 37 and was drugged down at the 35. Making the tackle there is going to be Womack. Dante Womack will make the tackle, and it's now 2nd and 5. So 2nd and medium for the Lions as they're down to the Wildcat 35. Ball left hash. Twins are going to be short side of the field across the way from us. McIntosh is your tailback, and we have a whistle and another timeout. A timeout is going to be called, and we're going to take it with them. 9:26 to go in the third. 20-point lead for the Lions, up 28-8 here in Poplarville. This is the EMCC Radio Network. Night, MAC JC contest, another South matchup. EMCC winning 50-0 last week against then 13th ranked Hines. The rankings are out, and EMCC, of course, no surprise, number 1, garnering 13 first place votes. Iowa Western at number 2, they got 4 first place votes. The next MAC JC opponent that comes closest to EMCC in the polls is number 5 Northwest. Jones checking in the top 10 at 8, and Itawamba checks in at number 14, so it will be a top 15 battle, depending on what Itawamba does tonight, next week in Fulton. An inside give, and a first down is registered inside the 30 and down to the 25-yard line, and getting close to the 24 is EMCC's McIntosh, or is that Moore?
That's McIntosh.
Yeah. I thought it was McIntosh when he went through the middle. Reggie Williams is going to make the tackle for Pearl River. So McIntosh out there, the Notre Dame transfer with 3 rushing touchdowns last week, has found the end zone tonight as well. Play action to McIntosh and sets up, throws deep down the far sideline, and EMCC just beat his man. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Lions, and EMCC extends the lead even further.
Boy, he made that look easy, Jason, as the cornerback on that side. I don't know if he just slipped and fell or the side judge knocked him out or what, but he left the wide receiver all alone. I didn't get the number of the wide receiver, but as he hit that sideline, it was just an easy throw and catch for the touchdown by V.J. Miller to put the Lions up 34-8 with 8:53 to go, pending the extra point.
Snap is back. Here's the hole. Golder does a great job holding that football and coming up kicking it. Smith goes through the uprights, and it's now 35-8 with 8:53 to go here in the third quarter. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to the EMCC Radio Network. And EMCC will trot up to the line of scrimmage, which is the 29-yard line. Making the tackle, Kyron Norwood. 16-yard reception that time by Eads with trip receivers to the left now. Ball's going to be placed near hash. One receiver near side. Miller takes the snap at the waist. Is going to go on the screen pass to McIntosh across the way, and he's going to be tackled for a loss in the backfield over on the left side. And he's going to be dropped back at the 16-yard line. So that's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up now a 2nd and 13 with 7:10 to go in the third quarter. Lions up 35-8 if you're just tuning in. Welcome to Poplarville, Mississippi. Number 1 EMCC trying to score on their third possession of the third quarter. They scored on their first 2, but it's now 2nd and 14. Here's the snap to Miller. He's looking near side all day. Throws it near side. Has a man. That's Eads once again. He catches it at the 34 and gets up to the 36 before he's going to be down there. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and manageable 4 yards. Snow's going to drop him. Sonaris Snow will make the tackle at around the 36. EMCC moving left to right. Clock rolling. Now under 6:30 to play in the third quarter.
We got to see the arm strength of V.J. Miller right there, Jason, as he threw that deep out to the wide side of the field on target.
Trips left, one receiver near side. Miller looking left, fires it left down the far sideline, and he has a man that catches it in stride, and he's going to be down from behind inside the 35-yard line. Big reception for EMCC's Connor.
Oh, and again, just as I
Jones, I'm sorry.
Reiterated earlier, the arm strength of V.J. Miller right there. He threw that off his back foot and just threw an absolute dart to the wide receiver in stride. He hit him dead on run. It's outstanding throw and catch right there by the Lions.
Spotted the football, the 35 of Pearl River. Reddick, slot receiver to the far side. Brownlee and Clayton, your receivers here to the near side. McIntosh flanked to the left of V.J. Miller, who claps his hands high, now takes the snap, looks right, fires it near side, and he has Clayton, and it's caught inside the 15, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds in the neighborhood of the 12-yard line. Nice reception by DJ Clayton.
Got a penalty flag back here at the 36-yard line. But
yeah,
I think it's going to go against Pearl River, maybe illegal hands to the face.
You got to be, because Sharp's helmet's off, and Sharp was visibly upset.
And that's what it was, illegal hands to the face.
It's the second on Pearl River, an illegal hands to the face penalty. With 5:46 to go in the third, EMCC has it now at the 11, but now they're going to mark off more, of course, on the penalty. So it's going to put the football half the distance to the goal. So they're going to mark it around the 6-yard line. So EMCC is going to have it 1st and goal to go from the Wildcat 6. Reddick's and Clayton's going to be along with Jones over on the left side. Those are your wideouts for EMCC, wide side of the field. Brownlee, your lone receiver here to the near side. McIntosh flanked to the left of Miller. Miller surveying that defense now with the play clock rolling down to 15. Miller races his left leg, takes a snap, leaves it with McIntosh, goes straight up the middle. McIntosh will get in the neighborhood of the 3-yard line, so he's going to be inside the 5, down to about the 3. So EMCC will have it 2nd down and goal to go from there. Lions up 35-8, trying to tack on more. Trying to make it 41-8. If they could get into the end zone, they'd get 6. The snap, fade pattern, near side, looking for Brownlee, reaches up, can't grab it, it goes off his helmet. Kind of went through his hands as well. Well defended out there by Pearl River, and it's incomplete, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and goal to go from the inside the 5-yard line. In the neighborhood of the 5, it looked as if it was around the 3 a moment ago. Really hard to spot the football from our vantage point here. But EMCC is 3rd and goal nonetheless with roughly 5 yards to go. Miller's going to back up in the shotgun. He's got McIntosh flanked to his right. Trips again left side. Single receiver near side. So same formation as last play. Brownlee, your single receiver near side. V.J. Miller with some pressure up the middle. Pump fakes. Now fires it to the goal line. Is it caught by McIntosh? It is not. So it's going to bring up 4th and goal from the 5. Incomplete. He had it near the pylon, I thought momentarily, but falls incomplete. And so EMCC is going to have a 4th down and goal situation from the 5.
In comes the field goal unit, Jason, to try to put 3 more up there. This one, we'll call it a 22-yarder.
Yeah, 22-yard attempt. Ball's going to be placed near the right hash. Smith, your right-legged kicker, is going to come out to attempt it. Here's the snap back, the hold, and it is high, and it is through the uprights. Great job by Josh Smith. Smith with the field goal, his first of his EMCC career, and it's now 38-8, so a 30-point lead for EMCC with 4:48 to go in the third quarter. We'll be back with the kick to Pearl River in a moment. You're listening to the EMCC Radio Network. Third quarter, a McIntosh 11-yard run. Then Miller with a touchdown toss to Drummond. And now a field goal from 22 yards out by Smith, and EMCC leads at 38-8. Smith comes up on it at the 35, and it's a high end-over-end kick. Angles far side, taken 5-yard line, 10, 15, 20, 25 up the far hash, but getting actually just shy of the 25. Going to be stopped at the 24-yard line, the kick returner for Pearl River. So Pearl River will go out on offense. They're in business at their own 24. The Wildcats trail by 30. It's been a tough night for them here in the third quarter. They were very competitive first quarter.
Yeah, they took the opening drive and put points on the board. That's something that we haven't seen very often.
Keontae Payton, the return man, as he gets it to the 24. Hit and dropped to the backfield for a loss.
Defensive line really doing a good job. Defensive line really doing a good job there, Jason, of getting penetration and just owning the line of scrimmage tonight.
So 2nd down and 10 after no gain. Thompson was stopped as he fell back to the line of scrimmage. The snap to Callis, who's going to fire it on the far side towards the sticks, and it's near the sideline, and it is caught by Pearl River, and it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and very short. So Pearl River is going to come up to the line of scrimmage quickly.
3rd and 1.
It's a 3rd down and 1 situation. Callis is in the shotgun. Thompson's flanked to his right. Now will come to his left. 17 to snap it. Well, all of a sudden they're taking their time now on 3rd and 1. High snap, pulled down, bubble screen near side, and it's incomplete. It falls incomplete, so it's going to bring up a 4th down and 1 situation. They tried the bubble screen near side, and now they got to punt it away. Not really certain the call there, but we'll take it.
Yeah, they try the bubble screen. They put 2 wide receivers out wide at the numbers on the wide side of the field and bring a man kind of in motion. One, it's a really long throw there on a 3rd and short, as in 3rd and 1, and he's got to make a very long throw. And then 2, the Lions were up in press coverage, so that makes it even tougher, even if you complete it.
Here's the kick by Mosley, and DJ Clayton's having to run to his right, and it's going to angle out of bounds to the near side at the 26-yard line, so no return on the punt. And EMCC will have it 1st down, 10 to go from their own 26, up 30, 38-8 with 3:20 to go here in the third quarter. Talked about the polls. We've got 4 teams from MACJC play in the top 15. And then coming in with some votes, Mississippi Gulf Coast and Holmes.
We'll try to get some updates from around the league here in just a few minutes. Earlier, Itawamba was trailing in the second quarter. I'm trying to remember who they were playing. East Central. They were getting beat 27-7 in the second quarter.
Creeping up to the line of scrimmage. The linebackers for Pearl River showing blitz from the shotgun, taking the snap from the 26, throwing it over the middle, incomplete. A little bit low for Boykin, his intended receiver. So that's going to bring up now 2nd down and 10 from the 26, their own 26, moving left to right. 38-8, EMCC on top. VJ Miller has led this offense since right before halftime and has not surrendered it yet. Twin receivers near side, 2 to the far. Miller in the shotgun again. Blitz coming once again, but great pickup of that offensive front. And now Miller's going to have to get rid of it. Ooh, and getting a paw on it around the 32 was a defensive back for Pearl River. And it was Savaris Snow who had a chance at it, but just got his hands on it at the 32-yard line and fell down as he was stretching his body out, and it goes out of bounds. So it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 10 situation from the 26. EMCC trying to get some rhythm here, but a couple of incomplete passes. Now they find themselves in a 3rd down and long situation. 3rd and 10 from their own 26. Boykin in motion from near side to far. The snap. Miller looking left, has pressure left, fires it back near side. It's caught. And getting up to the 27-yard line is going to be Keon Moore, but it's not enough, and it's going to bring up 4th down. And now all of a sudden EMCC's offense stalls. So we'll see back-to-back punts now. Pearl River, then EMCC. So the Lions are going to bring their punter out. Johnny Moss, 6 foot, 150-pound freshman from Germantown High School. Couple of punts in tonight's game, only punted it twice against Hines, but EMCC racked up 559 yards of total offense and put up 50 points on the board. Not many opportunities for him to kick in his first game at EMCC, but he'll stand inside his 15 at his own 11 on the near hash. He gets a high snap, goes to his fingertips, and it's going to go to the goal line. He picks it up, and he's going to be tackled into the end zone. Tackle on 2 points to Pearl River. It's now going to be 38-10 EMCC on top. And special teams, well, a little snafu there, and it's now Pearl River trying to get some confidence back here late third quarter. 2:20 to go. They have 2 points now on the board, so it's 38-10, and they'll get the ball back on a free kick.
Just a mishandled snap right there. Wasn't the best snap in the world to handle to begin with. But the punter right there gets tackled into the end zone. So they're going to have to 2:20 to play. 38-10 is your score.
Let's pause 30 seconds. We'll be back in a moment to Pearl River. This is the EMCC Radio Network. If we were even on the air there for a second, it's going to be a high free kick inside the 20 and out across 25, middle of the field, 30, 35, and hit from right and left, and finally dropped at the 38-yard line. So 18-yard return, a little over 18 yards for the Wildcats. Breaking out the cell phone lights in here. It's been a struggle a little bit. Jaquez Akins is going to make the tackle. Had our lights on in here, and then the lights from across the way reflecting, and all of a sudden there's condensation on our windows. So now with the lights off, can't see the rosters in here, but we can see the playing field a whole lot better. Out to the 38-yard line is where Pearl River's going to start, 38-10. So a 28-point lead for EMCC. Pearl River moving from right to left, 2:11 to go in the third quarter. They'll snap it on first down for the 38 now to Callis. Play action. Now he throws it out in the flat here near side. Complete, I beg your pardon, up to the 38-yard line. It's going to be about the line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring up now a 2nd down and 10 situation. Braylon with the reception for Pearl River. Under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Ball's going to be placed on the near hash. Penalty flag coming from the official, which is going to be illegal substitution on EMCC. So they're going to mark off now 5 yards to penalize the Lions, and it's going to bring the football up to the 43-yard line. So a second down and medium now, 2nd and 5 for the Wildcats. Has not been a clean game, to say the least. I know Buddy Stevens will be talking about it after the game of how there's some things they've just got to clean up. Obviously not played as well and as crisp as they played in the opener. 2nd down and 5 with 1:20 to go here in the third quarter. Now there's going to be a false start, and it's going to be on Pearl River. And that's big number 75, Ivory Scott, a 6'4", 315-pounder out of Bonnabelle, Louisiana. Jumped up, got an eager start, started backpedaling, and he was blocking air. So that's going to bring up now a 2nd and 10, so they get those 5 yards back to EMCC. .103 to go here in the third quarter. The snap to Callis. Rolls right, fires it right, and it is complete. And getting out across the 40 up to the 41-yard line is Pearl River. So they're going to have a 3rd down. So here comes a possession play. And it's going to be 3rd and 6 now. So gain of 4 on the play.
Clock now inside 40 seconds to go in the third quarter.
EMCC creeping up to the line of scrimmage. They're bringing the house inside pressure, and he has to get rid of it very quickly. And Swinney is going to intercept it at the 43-yard line. EMCC has it. Penalty flags were flying as the ball was in the air. But EMCC, it looks as if they have their 2nd interception of the night. Swinney got it between the numbers and the near sideline. And that was all because of that blitz coming from right up the middle. Callis had to get rid of it. As soon as he slung it, he just turned his back and got hit. And it was up for grabs, but the officials are talking about it at the 35-yard line to our right.
Penalty flag there at the 49. I'm afraid it's going to go against the Lions, and that'll give them an automatic 1st down.
Wow, and that'll negate the interception by Swinney. Well, you know, whoever this penalty is against is going to hear it from Swinney. 28.5 seconds left in the third. We're all the way down here in Poplarville, Mississippi.
They call it defensive holding right there, Jason. That will go against the Lions, but still the result is going to be the same. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Pearl River as they cross midfield. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. 25 seconds counting on the clock. Lions lead 38-10.
Callis looking to the near side with trips here to the near side. He'll be in the shotgun. He's going to have Thompson flanked to his right. EMCC creeping up. They go on the zone blitz, but then all of a sudden, a couple of guys collapse on the edge. The ball is dropped, and Callis is going to fall on it after the fumble, and they'll retain possession, but a loss on the play of 6 yards. So that's going to bring up now a 2nd down and 16. And that's going to expire the clock of the third quarter. So we'll head to the 4th and final play with EMCC up 28, 38-10 is our score down here in Poplarville. Back to Dobie Holden Stadium in a moment. You're listening to the EMCC Radio Network. Middle. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 18 situation. Or excuse me, I beg your pardon. It's going to be a 3rd down and 16 situation.
It's kind of getting hard to see, Jason, as condensation's getting on our windows. And
I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to just leave it. Let's just put it this way. I'll be glad when we have a open air press box or open windows next week in Fulton. You know, the Mississippi State radio crew had this problem at Southern Miss to start the season in 2015.
I do have some stats from the 3rd quarter. Offensive total yards offense, 371 for the Lions to Pearl River's 181. And was there a timeout?
Yes, timeout on the field. So go ahead, continue.
Yeah, we'll just keep it right here. First downs, Lions lead in that category 22-13. Rushing yards, 32 rushes for 110 yards on the night to Pearl River's 55. One thing I want to look at down here is V.J. Miller and what he's done running the football himself. He's had 7 rushes for 60 yards. Deion McIntosh, 17 for 68. So V.J. Miller getting it done with his legs tonight as well. Passing, he's doing pretty good too, 18 for 30 for 234 yards, 2 touchdowns there also. So that's one thing that really stands out tonight. 261 yards total passing for the Lions on the night. Pearl River just 126. So the Lions doing an outstanding job defensively and also holding Pearl River to just 55 rush yards on 22 attempts. Ron Thompson's a very talented running back. Had an outstanding week last week, but this week that Lion defense keeping him in check.
Spotted the football, the 46, their own 46, moving left to right on 3rd down, and Sweeney does have it this time. He intercepts it at the 48-yard line, and EMCC will have 48 yards to go to pay dirt. Great job by Sweeney. Just kind of got inside position on the receiver, the intended receiver that time. It picked it off. This time he gets the interception, and it counts.
Yeah, Callis hit that panic button again and just threw one up, just trying to get it out of his hands before he took the shot. And however, he didn't have enough mustard to get it to the sideline out of bounds, and Swinney just able to just play catch and did an outstanding job.
28-point lead for EMCC. They're looking to tack on more points. Here's the snap as Weaver checks back into the contest. They're going to give it on the handoff coming in motion to Reddix. Reddix goes from near side to far and will go around the right end, and he'll get inside the 45 down to the 44. So Messiah to Weaver will see action for the first time since the 2nd quarter. And that's going to bring up now a 2nd down and medium after the gain of 5 by Reddix. Caleb Reddix with the carry. Messiah Weaver with the snap of the knees. He takes it. Now he's going to fire it near sideline, and it's going to be picked off by Pearl River as they get inside the 20. Momentum takes them down to the 16-yard line. And now we have a penalty flag that, at least I think I see a penalty flag over there across the way.
I can't tell, Jason. My window, I can't hardly see.
We are fogged up in here. Officials are discussing things, and you got an EMCC player dancing, so this is obviously it's an offsides. It's going to be on Pearl River. Not only does that negate the interception, it's a first down.
Yeah, that'll be a first down. I'll give you some scores from around the league here in just a second as 13 minutes to go, and Pearl River's going to have to bring their defense back out. East Central 27-14 right now in the 3rd quarter over Itawamba. Northeast and Colin deadlocked at 0 in the 3rd. Halftime, Hines leads Delta 21-0. Gulf Coast all over Coahoma now 25-7. And Jones and Holmes at halftime 14-7. And Northwest all over Southwest 31-6 there at the halftime.
Inside handoff on first down and gaining a couple of yards down to about the 47-yard line. That was McIntosh on the carry. So a gain of 2, and that's going to bring up now 2nd down and 8. Spot of the football is going to be on the far hash from the 37. DeWeaver raises his right leg, will receive the snap, has inside pressure, now going to take it up the middle, and he's going to go between the hash and the numbers across the way on the right side, and he's going to get down close to the sticks. And now there's a little bit of a scrum going on across the way, but the official's doing a good job getting in there and breaking things up. So it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 4 situation.
Get a little bit chippy down there. 3rd down and 4, as Jason said, and timeout is going to be called. I think this one's going to be Pearl River calling this timeout.
And if it is Pearl River, so they'll have 1 left. EMCC has 1 left. Gain of 4 for DeWeaver. We'll be back with the 3rd and 4 as EMCC now has it down to the 32-yard line of Pearl River, moving from right to left. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the EMCC Radio Network. EMCC has a possession play here. 3rd down, 4 to go. Spotted the football at the 32 of Pearl River to our left, which means EMCC's moving right to left. Lions close to a 3rd medium, a little bit better than that with that 3rd and 4 in Wildcat territory. Can't wipe it off because it's double pain. 12:34 to go in this football game. DeWeaver back at quarterback. He'll stand in the shotgun. McIntosh flank to his left. Twin receivers to the near side and to the far. They leave it with McIntosh. Goes straight up the gut. He's got the first down and more. He's going to scamper into the end zone. Touchdown, EMCC from 32 yards out. McIntosh's 2nd touchdown of the day. He has 5 in his early career at EMCC.
And that was an impressive run by McIntosh. He looked like he was shot out of a cannon. He saw the crease before it even took place as he went north and south immediately, taking the ball from DeWeaver and going 33 yards to the house, untouched. Outstanding blocking job by that offensive line of East Mississippi. 12:26 to go here in the 4th quarter. 44-10 is your score. Extra point coming up.
We'll await the snap by Burton. Here it is. The hold by Goler. Smith will send it to the uprights for another PAT. And it's 45-10. EMCC on top by 35. 12:26 to go here in the 4th quarter. We'll be back in a moment. This is the EMCC Radio Network. the snap, and he's going to keep it himself, and as he runs into an EMCC defender, he slips and falls on his back, gets out across the 25 up to the 26-yard line.
He'll lose about 2 yards on that carry, Jason.
It's Tavis Williams, by the way, who's the quarterback. Tavis Williams is a transfer from Jackson State, played his ball at Harrison Central. He's out of Gulfport, Mississippi. Williams played a little bit last week in the loss to ICC 34-30. EMCC showing blitz. Williams in the shotgun, has twin receivers near side, takes the snap, play action, going to come around near side and can't go anywhere. He's going to be dropped for another loss. Back at the 20-yard line, he'll lose 7, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and eternity for Pearl River.
Can't say enough about the defensive line play tonight, Jason, especially the defensive ends. They've done an outstanding job of keeping outside contain as they're supposed to, but also getting to the quarterback and shutting down outside runs and getting a few sacks here tonight as we see another outside run shut down. It's 3rd and forever. We'll call it 3rd and 23. Ball is on about the 20-yard line.
Their own 20 moving left to right. Callis back in. Callis with the snap, looks near side, throws it. Picked off by EMCC. Down the near sideline. 10-5. Touchdown, Lions. Jaquez Akins with the pick 6. And let the clock roll here in Poplarville. And the Lions have extended the lead with 10:41 to go in this game. 51-10 pending the PAT.
And rolling is the points going up on the board. That's a pick 6 by the Lion defense. Jason, just an outstanding job tonight defensively by the Lions to follow up last week shutout performance. And there's a pick 6 by that secondary. They've been close a couple times tonight of getting some interceptions.
Snap is back. The kick is up. It's good. 52-10. EMCC on top by 42 in this contest. The Lions have now scored 102 points in 2 games. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to the EMCC Radio Network. Really getting hard hits on special teams. You see them hitting hard on defense. Offense just goes in an extra gear, and there's an injured Wildcat. It is the, or yes,
I think it's a Lion.
It is a Lion. I beg your pardon. It's got red pants and the gray shirt, so we'll wait and see who that is momentarily, laying flat on their back. They do have movement around the 10-yard line. But you just start to see the other team start to get deflated. Now you don't see much fight from Pearl River at this point.
Yeah, the effort of the return man right there. He caught the ball on about I'd say the 5-yard line and was trying to come across midfield, but he was just jogging as if he was on a leisurely stroll on a Sunday afternoon or something. It just wasn't much urgency there, and he was the ball carrier. Mm-hmm. And the Lion coverage team did an outstanding job of getting down there and making the tackle. They tackled him inside the 10. That just tells you how much effort was being given by the return man, Jason. You can tell they're ready to get out of here.
And the injured Lion, Joseph Anderson, but he is okay. He is actually going to semi-jog off on his own accord. I think just got his bell rung just a little bit with that
maybe
collision.
The wind knocked out of him or something.
So we're back to action now. The officials are going to go get in their place, and they're going to blow the play in momentarily. They do now. So we'll see Williams back in there at quarterback. Once they got in that long situation, they put Callis back in there. Williams is going to take it, run around the near end, and he's going to get out across the 10-yard line and pushed out of bounds in the neighborhood of the 10.
That play was called student body right, as the whole student body just takes off running to the right. Offensive line and everybody just trying to stretch the field there, and just stretched it on out of bounds.
8:07, about to be inside 8 minutes to play in this game. 52-10 is the score. Lions on top. And I can guarantee you this, that Pearl River is going to eat every bit of that play clock as they can. Here the shotgun is Williams. Spot of the football is the 9, so he didn't quite get back to the 10-yard line. Here's the snap. They leave it on the ground, going straight up the middle, and there's a big pile up in a cloud of dust as the tailback gets out across the 10 up to the 11-yard line. And this Thompson once again. So with 7:29 to go and clock rolling, EMCC trying to force a punt by Pearl River here, facing a 3rd and 9 situation.
I'll remind everyone the Lions will be on the road next week to Fulton. They'll play Itawamba. The Wildcats of Pearl River will be on the road at Colin.
And Fulton's your old stomping grounds. He used to be a coach at ICC. Played at Holmes, now a commentator for EMCC. You've been around the league. It's a handoff. It's going to go around the line of scrimmage. No gain. It's going to bring up 4th down, and Pearl River is going to have to kick this one away. So
field is really held up for the most part. There are some areas that are beaten up pretty bad in between the hashes down on the right side of the field, if you will, Jason. But this end towards the scoreboard is held up pretty well.
So with 6:20 to go in this game, EMCC is going to field the punt. The return man, Clayton, is going to stand his own 48. And a rugby style, they're just going to run it out of there and be down around the 5-yard. Not really certain exactly what in the world Mosley was doing there. He comes like he's going to do the rugby style kick, and then he brings it out of the end zone and tries like he's running towards the edge or even sideline, gets to the 5 and is going to be tackled there. That is just a head scratcher and a half. 5:54 to go in the game, and now
I'm really surprised he just came on to the Pearl River sideline after that play. That was kind of boneheadish.
You were a punter. What would you have done if you made a boneheaded play like that?
You're getting your brains beat in 52-10. You don't even think about an option of running that football on the punt.
DeWeaver's out there, quarterback. Ball's going to be placed near hash at the 5-yard line. Twin receivers either side. Snap to DeWeaver. Is going to leave it on the ground. Well, Moore goes straight up the middle. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. One play, 5 yards. EMCC extends the lead even further.
And that's why. I mean, you just gave EMCC the football 6 yards out.
58-10 pending the PAT. The Lions have exploded here in this second half and have scored on just about every possession.
I would not want to be Mosley on Sunday film session.
I wouldn't want to be Mosley now. Under 5, clock rolling. About to wait the snap back by Brett Burton out of Ocean Springs High School. He'll snap it to C.J. Goler. He does so. Goler gets it down. Here's the kick by Smith. And Josh Smith puts it through the uprights, and it's now 59-10 with 4:39 to go here in this fourth quarter. Back in 30 seconds with the kick to Pearl River. In a moment, you're listening to the EMCC Radio Network. running clock since about, 8 minutes to go in this game, roughly, as EMCC went over the 38-point lead mark. They're up 59-10 now, so a 49-point lead. Smith gets his leg into it and kicks it over on the far side, taken inside the 10-yard line, out across 15 and flip there. Ball's going to be on the ground, and I think Pearl River is going to jump back on it. And right now, nothing is going right for Pearl River. This is actually the game we thought we would have gotten in the first half and didn't get until the start of the third quarter. So with 3:15 to go, clock is rolling here in Poplarville. We'll remind you that we'll be on the air next week from Fulton, Mississippi. And that kick is at 7 o'clock. We'll go on the air at 6:15. We hope to have a three-man crew for the first time next week.
And hope good weather. Let's pray for good weather, because if I got to go back on the sideline, I like to be dry.
That's another element of this broadcast we have missed first 2 weeks. Sideline. Here's the snap to Callis, inside handoff, going out across the 20 up to about the 25-yard line is the tailback.
But I will say, Jason, I've enjoyed being back in the booth with you on an EMCC broadcast.
Here's the snap to Callis, another inside handoff, and getting out across the 30 up with a first down is the ball carrier. And that ball carrier, by the way, is Jesse Purnell, sophomore from Poplarville, 5'10", 210-pounder. I think Purnell will probably get to pound it again here. Callis in the shotgun. First down, 10 to go. Here's the snap. They fake the give, throw it near side, and it's incomplete at the 30-yard line. So that's going to
Callis bounced that ball. It's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, the down marker thought it was complete with his knee down at the 30, so he moved it.
He bounced it there on the 30-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 10 again from the 32.
Minute 30 to go in this game. It's been a pleasure having you back in the booth. It's been, 2 years, I think, since or
yeah,
longer.
Sideline last year, but did get to come and do.
And now going around the left side of the handoff, Purnell is going to get out to about the 34-yard line. Actually, I think 2015 you joined us in the booth some, but you were sidelined in 2015 as well.
Yeah, every once in a while we went three-man booth, ESPN style, just depending on how the sideline equipment was working. And
weather.
And then last year I got to come up and do the play-by-play for the national championship game.
That's correct.
Had other duties, so really enjoyed that opportunity as well.
Getting out across the 35 up to the 36-yard line, it's going to bring up a fourth down. But with 45 seconds to go, I don't think, well, they may have to snap it one more time. Play clock is down to 32, so yeah.
Yeah,
they just go for it, but hey, EMCC will go into victory formation, or they won't even, once they blow the play in, EMCC wouldn't have to take a snap anyway.
Yeah, about a 6 or 7 second delay in the play clock and the game clock.
Third down and 6 from the 36. Play action, Callis back to pass, fires it near side, and he one-hops it at the 40-yard line to his receiver, and it was a long one-hop. And that's going to do it. That's an incomplete pass on fourth down, and now the clock's going to roll to 7 seconds. Now 6 seconds, and Pearl River's going to come to the near side. EMCC is going to go to the far. They're going to get ready to line up and shake hands as EMCC wins it 59-10 here in Poplarville. We'll be back in 1 minute with our short post-game wrap-up. You're listening to the EMCC Radio Network.